This broadcast will begin in 5 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. This broadcast will begin in 1 minute. This broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it from Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay's on touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
This broadcast is a production of the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Good evening from Wash High Stadium. Tonight, the WJPA Sports Network presents a Class 2A Century Conference matchup as the Wash High Little Prexies host the Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles. Hi, friends. I'm Nate Rigotti. Bill Duquette will join me in just a minute. Brandon Bennett, our producer, Cam Pritz, and Grady Peterson on the cameras. And Jacob Knisner is in our downtown Washington studios. Wash High comes into tonight's contest 5-1 overall, 2-0 in conference play, and winners of 4 straight. Keystone Oaks started the season with 3 straight non-conference losses, but have turned it around to rattle off 3 straight conference wins to bring the Golden Eagles to a 3-3 overall record and undefeated in Century Conference play. These two teams are 2 of the favorites to bring home a Century Conference title, and a win tonight could put them in a position to claim that conference crown with just 3 weeks remaining. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network is brought to you by the Washington County College Center, operated by the Community College of Beaver County. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. By Quality Quick Printing, your Team Spirit printing headquarters since 1978, online qualquick.com. By Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care in the comfort of home, sunnydaysinhomecare.com. By the Washington Green chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, celebrating our region's athletic tradition. By Good Orthodontics, excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics. By CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County, people you know, people you can trust. Washington County Human Services, take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By Freedom Transit, take the bus and skip the hassle. Log on freedom-transit.org for details. And by Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. We'll break down this matchup, have some interviews with the new superintendent of Washington, Mrs. Elisa King, as our pregame show continues on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits, and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one-of-a-kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project, 724-225-9427, or visit qualquick.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the WJPA Sports Network, getting set for Keystone Oaks and Wash High in a Century Conference matchup. And before we get to the game tonight, I'm honored to be joined by the new superintendent of Wash High, the Washington School District, Mrs. Elisa King. Mrs. King, thank you so much for spending some time up here in the booth with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
You are day number 30 on the job, right?
Literally, day number 30. This is it.
So this has been a quick month, I'm sure, for you. Tell the Washington community what your background is and just introduce them to who Mrs. King is now.
So this is year 33 in education for me. I started my early years in the Uniontown Area School District. I was an elementary education teacher. I first went to administration in the West Green School District. From there, I went to the South Allegheny School District. I was last the assistant superintendent in the Bell Vernon Area School District before coming to Washington, and now serving as the superintendent.
That is a long career in education, putting our students at the forefront of your mind.
It is, and it's going to be a lot longer.
You've got some time here at Wash. I know the Washington folks are excited to have you and looking forward to the vision and the enthusiasm that you bring. Just talking to you here in the booth for a while, I can see the passion. I can feel it. I can hear how excited you are to be here at this district.
I am. I'm very excited. My whole life, I'm dedicated to doing what's right for students, and I think that if we just ground ourselves in that, in every decision, if I can look at the board, if I can look at our staff, and always say, have we made a decision that's in the best decision for children, then we've made the right decision, and that's what we have to ground ourselves in. Have we made the best decision for children?
And I'm sure that's grounded. You have your own children that you care about and that are involved right here.
Yes. So I have 2 adult stepchildren that were raised in the Prexy family. So very proud of that. Very proud of who they are as adults and the children that they're raising now. And then my husband and I have the privilege of raising 2 adoptive children as well. So again, those same decisions and same values is that, are we making the right decisions for the kids? At the end of the day, you do the very best that you can, and hoping that you're giving them all the essential skills and knowledge that they need to be productive in their own life and successful down the road. So,
Washington is a small geographical school district. It's not a huge district, but it's a close-knit community. Have you felt that in your first 30 days?
Absolutely. It's a family. It's more than just a community. It's a family. Had a conversation today with some of the staff here, and we referenced that. Like, if you're coming into Washington, if you're taking a job here, know that you're joining the Prexy family. Know that that's the commitment you need to make if you're coming to work here. Because that is truly, like, our students are our family. We're here to help them, to help raise them. We're a pillar for them to depend on. And when they leave here, we're still a pillar for them to depend on. So,
why is it important for you and the other administrative officials at the school district to be here at the football game and support these young athletes?
I mean, these are our kids, right? Like, isn't that what parents do?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what family does? They show up, right? Good, bad, ugly, we're here. Obviously, it's all good. We have a winning team out there. We want to celebrate them. So, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we be here? I can't imagine that there would be any place else that we wouldn't want to be, is to be here with them tonight. Excited for them, excited to celebrate these milestones for them. I mean, this is what it's about.
I think it's really neat that you're here and the other administrative officials here to support these young athletes. You've only been on the job a month. What have you learned in that month about this district?
As we spoke before we went on the air, truly that this district is committed to the whole child. It's so much more for them than just the education that we're providing. It's making sure that we are the safe place for the children that are here, that we're meeting every element that they need in their lives. So if it's an emotional piece, if it's a physical piece, if it's just the basic essential needs, the district really has an outreach that goes so far beyond, I think, than what probably a community member truly understands. But we have so many partnerships that help us to do that, to make that possible. When I say that this staff digs deep, they really dig deep, whether it's into their own pockets, into their own hearts, or it's just finding those resources and developing those relationships. That's clear to me within these first 30 days that that's what we're about. And I think that's why I'm so proud to be here, and I think that's the reason I was driven to come here. That's the passion that I have. That's what I mean about doing everything that we need to do to make sure that kids have what they need to be successful.
How can the community, maybe they don't have a kid right now in the school district, but how can they be supportive of you and your role, the school district, and these young folks?
I think if you think that you have nothing to give, pick up the phone and call me and have a conversation with me, and I'm going to find out a way that there's something that you're doing or a way that you can help us. If it's helping in a classroom, if it's volunteering, if it's maybe a collection or a passion or a love that you have that you can share with us. I think that I'm a really outside the box thinker, and so I can help you very creatively think of a way that you can help give back to the Prexy family. So I'm telling you, pick up that phone, call me. My secretary will gladly connect you with me, and we will find a way for you to help us.
I think that's so important that you have that open door. People can contact you, that you want to be a member of this community. You are a member of this community.
I am a member of this community. I am here. I'm planted. I want to stay. I want to be here for a while. I want to watch the community grow. We have a lot of amazing things happen and a lot more for the future to come, and I want to be a part of those celebrations.
Well, we're excited to have you here in Washington. Thanks so much for coming up here. Don't want to take too much of your time. I know.
No, I want to watch these kids win.
Yeah.
I want to watch these kids win tonight. So,
Mrs. Elisa King, the new superintendent of the Washington School District. Mrs. King, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to step aside. When we come back, Bill Duquette will be back in the booth with me, and we'll break down this matchup between the Little Prexies and Keystone Oaks when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
We go into individuals' homes and provide non-medical care for mainly senior citizens, but also people with disabilities.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We do stuff like bathing, grooming, meal preparation, take people to doctor's appointments. Someone needs a little bit of assistance to help them stay in their home instead of going into a facility, and we like to come in and be the people that do that for them.
Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care for your loved one in the comfort of their home. Find out more, sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. We'd love to have you join us in celebration of outstanding athletes, coaches, and teams from our area. As a member of our chapter, you can nominate potential candidates, then vote on the nominees for each year's induction banquet. And you can help spread the word about our region's rich athletic tradition.
Orthodontics isn't just for children. Orthodontics is for everyone. Choose Good Orthodontics. Doctors Bob and Ron Good and Dr. Cullen Doyle are board-certified specialists in orthodontics and facial orthopedics. Good Orthodontics has offices in Mount Lebanon, Washington, and Pleasant Hills. See all the good a simple smile can do. Call Good Orthodontics, 724-225-1114. Excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics.
Thank you so much to Mrs. King, the new superintendent here at Washington, for talking with us. And she's gotten up out of the seat, and my partner, Bill Duquette, has joined me on the microphone. My friend, always good to see you.
Well, good to be here. I finally it's not the first time I've been bounced from a seat by a superintendent.
I'm not going to dig too much into that on the air tonight. But sure, I understand. We've got a great matchup tonight between Keystone Oaks and Washington. These two teams both undefeated in conference play here in the Century Conference. Winner of this one, most likely, if things shake out the way we think, will probably go on to face Seton LaSalle for a conference title. So this is a big game tonight between these two.
It's been a big game for the last 2 years, I think, too.
Yeah.
And they've been close, both games. But, the impetus of this football game is just win. You got to win this one, and if you can do that, you got a chance to win a conference, and that's something that I know that Wash High is pretty high on their list, and I would assume that it's on high on the list of Keystone Oaks as well.
Absolutely. This is only the 10th all-time meeting between these two teams. Wash High leads the series 6-3, but it's been 75 years since they first met. That first meeting was back in 1950. They did not play between 1958 and 2009, 50 years without meeting each other, and now 3 years in a row of big games against each other. Last year, Washington wasn't quite in this position. They were just trying to get into the playoffs. Just squeaked out a win last year, a 1-point victory, 26-25, held Keystone Oaks, stopped them on a 2-point conversion where the Keystone Oaks was trying to walk it off, hit the 2-point conversion, win the game. They decided not to kick it and tie it. And Wash High denied them and ended up making it to the playoffs. Wasn't a great year last year for the Prexies compared to what we've come to know. But this year they're back in that driver's seat and have a chance. If they beat Keystone Oaks tonight, a real good chance to face Seton LaSalle later for a conference title.
Well, two different teams. Keystone Oaks is junior oriented, really.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of junior linemen that have worked their way through the first 3 games and seem to have found their feet and done what they needed to do in the next 3 games, and they're 3-3. Wash High, on the other hand, a little bit more experienced, playing some seniors, but they have a group of kids all the way through the lineup that are juniors and sophomores that they can fill in because they have some pretty good depth on both offensively and defensively.
Let's take a look at the section standings right now, or conference standings. It is in football. Seton LaSalle 5-1 overall, 3-0. Washington 5-1 overall, but 2-0. Already had their off week against the conference. Keystone Oaks 3-3 overall, but 3-0 in conference play. Then you have the bottom 4 teams. Charleroi at 1-2, Waynesburg at 0-2, Carleton 0-2, and Stowe Rocks at 0-3. Really, Washington, Keystone Oaks, Seton LaSalle, they've separated themselves from the rest of this conference. This is by far, I think, Washington's toughest test in the conference so far.
Well, they're going to have to hold up offensively and defensively up front. Keystone Oaks is pretty big, pretty strong, and their offense, Keystone Oaks offense, runs through their quarterback. So they're going to have to play really good defense to shut the quarterback down so that the game doesn't get in front of them. And then they have to rely on their athleticism and what they do offensively to control the football and hopefully get some big scores.
Wash High on a 4-game winning streak. Their last loss to Steel Valley back on August the 29th. Since then, wins against Union, Waynesburg, Stowe Rocks, and South Park. Keystone Oaks, meanwhile, started with 3 straight losses and then 3 straight wins. Wins against Stowe Rocks, Charleroi, and Carleton, all in conference play. National Anthem coming up here on the field. We'll step aside for a moment. This is the pregame show on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential hotline today at 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
Wash High coming off the best performance of the season last week against defending 2A champion South Park. Quarterback Tristan Reed had a rushing touchdown. He threw a touchdown and also returned an interception 52 yards for another score. Trenton Groom scored on a 46-yard run as Wash High took care of business against South Park. Meanwhile, Keystone Oaks win for them as well, a 42-18 drubbing of Carleton. So both teams really with some momentum.
The interesting thing for me when I'm looking down through the list of names and starters, things like that, is that we just mentioned Tristan Reed, 6'5", 185-pound senior quarterback. But if you look at the program and what's online, he's listed not as a quarterback. He's listed as an athlete.
Yeah.
And
ATH.
and that he is.
ATH. Other scores from last week in the Tri-County South: Avella beating Beth Center 20-17. Bentworth took care of Carmichael's 35-6. Jefferson Morgan 40-6 over West Green. That sets up a great matchup next week between Bentworth and JM. And California blanked Mapletown 53-0. Black Hills Conference: Fort Cherry a 42-3 win over Burgettstown. Fort Cherry tonight with a big game against Cornell. Bishop Canavan defeated Chartiers Houston 32-0. Trinity takes on TJ tonight. They had a big win last week against Ringgold, 48-14. Peters Township against Upper St. Clair, 24-20. Cannon Mac fell to Hempfield, 38-27. And McGuffey losers to Beaver, 42-6. Let's see some of the games across the area tonight. Cannon Mac will host Seneca Valley in 6A. 5A, Peters Township hosts Moon. That's a good game. For a Big Six conference, Ringgold hosts Laurel Highlands, and Thomas Jefferson is at Trinity. That game also on WJPA over on the FM at 95.3. Bob Gregg and Jack Sacco on the call. 3A, McGuffey hosting Hopewell. Here in the 2A Century Conference, the other game in the conference tonight is Carlinton at Waynesburg. 1A, Black Hills, mentioned that game, Fort Cherry at Cornell, and Monessen hosts Chartiers Houston. Tri-County South in 1A, Avella hosting Mapletown. West Green makes the trip to Bentworth. Jefferson Morgan will host Beth Center, and California is at Carmichael's. Two teams playing non-conference locally here in Washington County tonight. Charleroi is at Ligonier Valley, and Burgettstown is at Neshannock. Again, the other game on WJPA tonight, it's on our YouTube channel. You're just going to have to click number 2 to get that off of there, as I tell my producer there. Just it's the way to get rid of that. But that TJ Trinity game that Bob and the crew have on WJPA FM will be a dandy as well.
Should be. The Thomas Jefferson struggling a little bit this year. Trinity played real well last week, and we'll see if they can carry the momentum through to this week.
The Washai Little Prexies, they use what we call a running back by committee approach. 5 guys on this roster with 20-plus rushing attempts already this season. They run some of that misdirection there in the backfield. Sometimes you don't even know who has the ball, but Tristan Reed, the quarterback, the leading rusher.
Well, the running back by committee includes Reed as a quarterback. It includes the starter, who's the tailback, Caden Cook. But as well, it also includes Amir Nelson, 147 yards, 2 TDs, 6 receptions. Javon Woods, 178 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's the fullback. They probably use him in a lot more short yardage and goal line situations. Okay, Cook, 129 yards and 2 TDs. If you can spread the ball around and they're not sure who's going to get it, okay, it's pretty tough to defend it. It's not like defending everything that runs through the quarterback on a direct snap. You really got to play your position. You got to make sure you're gap controlled defensively, and we'll see if Keystone Oaks is up to the task.
I've seen Washai, and sometimes when I look at this offense, I'm confused on who has the football. How hard is it for a defense to really key on who's the ball carrier?
Well, defensively, based on the type of defense you're playing, usually the second level, they're watching linemen as well as backs. And normally, unless you're running some sort of a naked bootleg where the quarterback's going out by himself, the lineman will take you to the ball. So one of the things that you need to be able to do is you need to be able to key through the lineman to the ball, to the direct snap, and then figure out what's going on. Not easy, but that's something that you have to do, and then you have to go aggressively at who has the football. It's it's one of the reasons that Wash High over the years has actually run a single wing, which is basically a disguised offense where there's some spinning. The ball goes here, it goes over there, and you're just trying to hide the ball. The wing tee, which Guy Montecalvo ran for as long as he's been here, same situation. You're going to get the belly keep, the belly option, the belly pass. Which one are you going to defend? And you have to be disciplined defensively to do it.
Is there anything you can watch on film to try to key on other than those linemen?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
You have an idea based on down and distance who's going to get the football. So defensively, you're looking at what's the down, what's the distance, who has the highest percentage of getting the football, what are they going to do, how are they going to do it. So it's a lot of guesswork, but more often than not, it's putting your kids in the right position to defend the field and taking away what they do best.
I ask that specifically because I just watched, believe it or not, on TikTok, a video of Saquon Barkley. And when he's going to get the football, he is locked in. His head is if people on the internet can figure this out, of course NFL coaches are going to figure this out, right? Saquon, when he's going to get the ball, he is locked in. His head doesn't move. When he's in pass protection, he's moving all over the place, figuring out who he's going to block. It's little things like that can make a difference in a game.
Well, it is, but, you're talking about Saquon Barkley.
Doesn't matter if he gets the ball, right?
you could have him covered, know exactly where he is, and he'd jump over you backwards.
I just highlight the importance of, because you hear coaches say hanging out in the film room and watching and studying, but it's little things like that you can pick up on.
The best way they used to do it was back in the old days,
I didn't call you old, to be clear.
When everybody was in a three-point stance up front, if your defensive lineman saw the knuckles of the offensive lineman were white, that means they had all their weight forward. They were going to run the ball. If they just had their hand down on the ground and it was normal, they were probably going to throw it.
Just little things like that you can pick up on.
Based on how you're looking at it, based on what your position is, and based on down and distance.
Keystone Oaks led by their quarterback, Owen Gearhart. First year as the starter as quarterback, moved over from wide receiver. Last week, he was 9 of 12 in the air for 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. One to Deshaun Brown, another one to Sean O'Brien. Plus, he rushed for another 43 yards and 2 more touchdowns. The quarterback, that's where the offense runs, but he's the leading rusher, he's the passer, he's the guy for Keystone Oaks.
As I said, the game runs through the quarterback, but the big thing Wash-I has to do is they have to tackle well tonight. What they don't want to do is they don't want to death by 1,000 cuts. They have to tackle, get them down, put them in punting situations, and let their skill take over a little bit.
Brady McDine, the main running back for this Keystone Oaks team, only has 300 yards this season, but he's been battling some injuries. We expect him to be good to go tonight. McDine, 55 attempts, 312 yards, makes him the second leading rusher. But that's a weapon that Keystone Oaks gets back in full force tonight. Both teams on the field now. Keystone Oaks in their white away jerseys, black numerals trimmed in the Vegas gold, black helmets with the Vegas gold eagle on the side. Wash-I in their black uniforms tonight with black pants trimmed in that light Prexy blue and those powder blue helmets as well. Captains walking out onto the field right now. We'll see who won that coin toss a little bit earlier. Captains for Keystone Oaks, Owen Gearhart there in number 4, Cameron Polarin there on the right, Sean O'Brien, the leading receiver on this team, on the left, and in the middle is number 56, who I don't have on my roster, but I've got a backup one here, and I don't have it on the backup either, so not sure who that is. I will go out and guess that it's 55, Neiman Dargy, the junior lineman, but see if we can get anybody to tell us who number 56 is. Good look from our camera crew, Nate Rigotti alongside Bill Duquette. We'll have the kickoff between Wash-I and Keystone Oaks when we come back here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's Pittsburgh Metro route services park and rides in Washington and Canonsburg, including Bow Street and South Point to downtown Pittsburgh. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards also available at the Washington Transit Center. Our riders enjoy a car-free commute, avoiding traffic and parking. Downtown stops include Gateway Center, Boulevard of the Allies, Smithfield Street, and East Busway.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
Amir Nelson and Jaquay Heyman back deep to receive for the Little Prexies. They won the toss and elected to get the ball first. I also don't have a 32 on my Keystone Oaks roster.
When I got the starters.
Luke Philistine, I do have on my backup. See, that's why you keep a backup. Philistine puts one on the ground, bounding, and it'll be taken by Amir Nelson. And Nelson has a hole at the 35. Flag comes in. Nobody in front of Amir Nelson. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, but a flag thrown at about the 41-yard line on the Wash High side. Let's see what this is.
That's usually either a block in the back or a holding call.
A block in the back is the call.
He just hit that just right. It opened up, and just unfortunate he got a block in the back. I did not see it, but that flag came out before he even broke through that hole. He had a little seam coming up the near hash mark, and he just put the motor down and beat everybody to about the 50-yard line. And that was about it.
He was 4 levels past everybody else on Keystone Oaks. Clearly, Wash High has some speed in Amir Nelson, but the penalty will set up Wash High 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. First and 10 from their own 32-yard line now for the Prexies. Ball spotted on the near hash, moving from left to right. Tristan Reed, the quarterback, in an empty set. Sends a man in motion. That's Caden Cook, and already Keystone Oaks going to use a timeout. We'll take one, too, just 11 seconds into the ball game. First possession, first play coming up here in just a moment. The WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
All right, so Keystone Oaks uses a timeout right away. First and 10 from their own 32 before an offensive play is used. It's the old Ed Dalton move over at McGuffey. Tristan Reed, empty back set, 5 wide spread for Reed here as Cook goes in motion once again from right to left. Reed with the keeper around the left side. Tristan Reed stays on his feet. And we'll get it up to about the 37-yard line for a gain of 5 on first down.
Reed just took the snap that time and ran to the far field to Wash High's bench, which is on the opposite side of the home stands. And got out of bounds after about a gain of about 5.
Beautiful sunset here tonight. 2nd and 5 now. Ball on the far hash as Reed from the gun has a sidecar to his left, hands that ball off to Caden Cook, and Caden Cook maybe struggles ahead for a yard. That's all he can get out of it.
Big cushion that time with the receivers, 2 receivers to the near side. There was a 10 to 12-yard cushion. Would not be surprised to see the ball being thrown out in a little hook route just to get the first down. But Cook tried to sneak underneath the second level there and just got tackled breaking the line of scrimmage.
They give him 2 yards, so it's 3rd down and 3. Cook to the left of Tristan Reed. 2 receivers to the near side. That's Patton. As Reed under some pressure, spins out of the pocket, drops a pass off at the 50-yard line, and it's caught. Amir Nelson with the reception.
Nelson, little crossing route from the far side, came right underneath. Reed saw him, gave him the football, picks up the first down.
First pass for Tristan Reed goes for 12 yards.
Reed just using his quickness to set the defender up who was on the edge rush. Just set him up, rolled to his near side, and beat him to the outside.
Ball now at the Keystone Oaks 44-yard line. Reed from the gun has Cook to his left. Hands it off, fakes the handoff to Cook, keeps it around the left side. He's to the 40, to the 35. He has enough for a first down as he puts the shoulder down and bulldozes over the defender across the 30-yard line.
Little fake inside, kept the football, got a good block from a pulling tackle from the near side to the far side, and picks up big yardage outside the hash marks, and first down on the 29-yard line.
15-yard gain for Tristan Reed. First and 10 now at the 29-yard line. Wash High moving early in this first quarter. Scoreless game. First possession here for the Little Prexies. Reed from the gun this time. Cook to his right. Naraskovich and Nelson lined up to the left side. Reed under some pressure, has to get rid of it, and does just throw it away out of bounds to the far side, incomplete.
I didn't see a receiver over there.
I did not see a receiver either.
Well, incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10, stops the clock with 9:51 to play.
Keystone Oaks brought pressure right up the inside that time, both linebackers, and they were on Reed pretty quickly.
2nd and 10 from the Keystone Oaks 29-yard line for the Little Prexies. Grooms in the game now, the running back to the right side of Tristan Reed. Reed looking to pass, sets up the screen. It's too high for the intended target, Grooms. Incomplete. That's what they tried to do, I think, on first down, and just too much pressure. And again, Reed under some pressure and just too high out of the reach.
Tried to set the screen up that time, and the ball, as you said, just a little high, unable to jump up and catch the football. Had a lot of running room if he caught it and turned. Third down.
9:46 to play, opening quarter, scoreless game. 3rd down and 10 after back-to-back incomplete passes by Tristan Reed.
Probably 2-down territory here.
Grooms to the right of Reed. 3 receivers to the near side. Reed gets the snap. Rolling out to his right, looking to pass. Has a block. Now under some pressure, scrambles. He's way back at the 40-yard line now. Now he's going to decide to tuck it and run. Back to the line of scrimmage, up to the far side, and just enough to get the first down.
Great scramble that time by Reed. Rolled to his near side, right side. Couldn't find anybody. Was able to wheel and get back to the far side. He ran about 50 yards to get 10.
Needed 10, got 10. Just enough as he saw that stick and stopped right there. 9.5 minutes to play, opening quarter. Now the ball is at the 19-yard line. Another first down.
That's frustrating for defenses when you have them boxed in and they get out.
I formation now for the Little Prexies. Hand it off to the tailback up the middle inside the 10-yard line. It's Walker on the carry.
Just a straight-ahead handoff off the left side. He rolls it back to the center, picks up good yardage, gets down to about the 5-yard line.
Gets another 10-yard gain.
Looked like a straight isolation play that time out of the eye. Fullback leading on the backer, offensive line trying to get a seam.
Clock rolling after the first down. 1st and goal. Ball at the 5. Walker again dots the I with Woods in the middle. Quick handoff up the middle. Pyle continues to move. I don't see a signal yet. It's going to be short. Stopped at the 1-yard line is Javon Woods.
Again, that's why Woods has 7 TDs.
Try to get the play off quickly. Reed was stopped. He goes around the end. And he's in for the touchdown, I think. I don't see a... Did you see a signal? Yeah, there's the signal. Now the white hat says touchdown. Took long enough to get it.
Boy, he knocked the pylon down when he got outside, and I didn't think they were going to. I thought they were going to mark him on about the half-yard line, and but he was inside the pylon, got the first down.
Touchdown, Wash High. Little explanation here from the officiating crew is there was no signal. Reed was stopped. He tried to quickly take it, and then he was under some pressure, rolled out of the pocket, got to the near pylon, and now we have a player down. Is that Tristan?
That's Reed.
Reed down after diving for the pylon and getting the score. Now the athletic training crew out there, and that's not good news for Little Prexies as they go to work on the left side of Tristan Reed. Helmet off. He's going to get up, though. Reed stands up, and he's going to limp with some help to the sideline. Not a good sign for the Prexies. Reed had 32 yards on 4 carries on the ground on that drive and got the touchdown.
He dove for the pylon and kind of landed awkwardly, and I think somebody tied him up in the legs as well. So we'll see how this goes during the course of the quarter.
68-yard drive that takes 3.5 minutes off the clock. Prexies now leading 6-0. Never got the touchdown signal appropriately. He went down on the injury. Now to kick the extra point here is Tyler Crawford for the Prexies. Left-footed kicker puts it up, and that is good. 8:26 to play in the opening quarter. Wash High 7, Keystone Oaks nothing here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
You deserve a bank that drives your business. One that's with you for the long haul and knows how to keep your business rolling. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on delivering customized solutions, ones that are built for the unique journey your business is on. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
7-0 Wash High. Touchdown on the first drive as Crawford comes to kick things off from left to right. As Keystone Oaks will have a chance with the ball for the first time. Crawford's kick taken at about the 7-yard line. With it here is Joe Colton. Colton spins around at the 20 and is brought down around the 22-yard line.
Kind of a line drive kick down the near numbers. He caught the ball coming forward, tried to get it to the middle of the field, but it was met by a host of blue jerseys. Finally wrestled him down about the 24-yard line.
So we'll see what Owen Gearhart, the 5'11", 175-pound quarterback for Keystone Oaks, can do. His team now in a hole, 7-0. 1st and 10. Got him up to the 24-yard line. Gearhart in the gun, brings a man in motion. That's Colton, and the snap goes over his head, and he has to dive on it back at the 10.
That's a good start defensively for Wash High. Not so much for Keystone Oaks. High snap, first snap from center. Lucky to get on it.
Say he downed it at the 12-yard line.
That's a loss of about, what?
13.
12 or 13 yards.
Second down and 23, and just a run up the middle here by Gearhart. Nowhere to go. Gets a yard or two out of it. That's it.
Little fake to the back, and then he tried to follow the back up inside. But, again, host of blue jerseys right on him once he tried to move with the football.
7:20 to play, first quarter. Wash High leading 7-0. Keystone Oaks with the ball for the first time. The mishap on first down brings up a 3rd down and 20. Gearhart rolling out to his right, delivers a pass to Colton. It's caught at the 20-yard line and had a defender on his back. He gets pushed. He slides up to about the 30. He'll be short of the first down.
Ball thrown in the flat. Good catch. Good run, but not nearly enough for the first down. They were 9 yards short.
And mark him to the 25.
And that's a punting situation for Keystone Oaks.
3 and out for Keystone Oaks. Wash High back to receive at their own 45. Punt is away. And it'll be taken by Nelson around the 40 to the 50 to the 45 and brought down there. Wash High will have decent field position to start this next drive when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Our motto at Sunny Days is put our clients and our caregivers first.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We care about people and we want people to have better lives because we're involved with them. We'd love for you to go and check out our website, fill out an application, and we can talk to you more. And we really like to have good people, and the big thing we're looking for is if you're a caring and compassionate person, and that's our top quality.
Sunny Days caregivers make a difference in people's lives. Find out how you can join the team. Log on sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
1st and 10 from the Keystone Oaks 44-yard line is where Wash High will start this drive. And into play quarterback now with the injured Tristan Reed. Javon Woods with a direct snap. Woods handed it off to Grooms, who takes it up to the 41. Gain of 3 on first down.
Little single wing that time. Direct snap, little spin, handed the ball off to Woods. Picks up about 3.
2nd down and 7 now from the Keystone Oaks 41-yard line. Wash High moving from left to right.
This offensively, they'll be a little different without Reed at quarterback.
Certainly. Direct snap this time goes to Caden Cook. Cook trying to bounce it out to the outside of the numbers. He'll be close to the first down, but I think a bit short.
Just a direct snap to Cook that time, just brings it to the near side, tries to break contain, was able to turn it up the field and comes up about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards short.
Gain of 5, brings up 3rd down and 2.
I would think we're in 2-down territory as well right here as well.
Ball at the Keystone Oaks 36, spotted on the near hash.
As long as they don't go backwards.
And you've got 4 backs really in there. You don't know who the ball's going to. Tristan Reed injured. It goes directly to Naraskovich. And Naraskovich takes it up the middle, just ran over top of his center, and he'll move forward enough for a first down.
Naraskovich was the short back up a little bit closer to the center. The snap went directly to him. And he just took it right up inside the guards, picks up the first down. Good job by the offensive line on the blocking.
Gain of 7. First down and 10 now at the 29-yard line. First and 10 at the Keystone Oaks 29. Direct snap this time to Javon Woods. Woods running up the middle. Gets wrapped up quickly, but he'll plow forward for about 3 yards.
Just again, direct snap to Woods, running it up inside. Initially, there was a pretty big seam, but it closed pretty quick around the second level. And he picks up about 4.
8 yards now for Javon Woods on the ground. 2nd and 6 after that gain of 4 on first. Ball now at the 25. Clock continuing to roll. 3.5 minutes to play. Opening quarter. Wash-I already leading 7-0.
This style of offense makes it tough defensively. They have to win on first down. Try to force any kind of passing situation.
Javon Woods, fake the handoff one way, give it to Amir Nelson the opposite way. Look how quick Amir Nelson is. Across the 20 to the 15-yard line, another first down for Wash-I.
That time they faked it to the deep back and gave it to Nelson underneath. And he hit the corner, and he got up the field quickly. He just put his foot in the ground and went straight north and south and picks up the first down.
Gain of 11 yards there by Amir Nelson. Ball now at the 14-yard line. Wash-I driving once again. Again now playing without Tristan Reed, who was injured on his touchdown diving play on the last drive. Naraskovich, trouble a little bit with the snap as he tucks that one behind his center. Pick up maybe a yard or two.
It looked like they went unbalanced that time up front. They tried to run to the long side of the unbalanced line, and just a little bobble in the handoff or on the snap really kind of destroyed the timing.
Wash-I trying to make something happen on this drive without Tristan Reed, who limped off the field after scoring a touchdown on Wash-I's first possession. But he is back in the ball game for this snap. Tristan Reed, the quarterback now. Has Walker to his left, a clap, and that's a penalty, I think, against the defense.
Yep.
Keystone Oaks jumps on the clap by Tristan Reed. So you have all that time where Reed wasn't in the game. Reed claps. Boom, look, everybody jumps up and goes. 5-yard penalty against Keystone Oaks. Makes it now 2nd down and 4. Reed from the gun. Walker to his left. It's Walker who gets the call. Walker inside the 5, reaching for the goal line. He won't get there. To the 1.
Good effort that time. Took the football, came off the right side, and almost made it into the end zone. Just kept his legs moving. Did a nice job. They're going to mark the ball at about the half-yard line.
First down and goal from the 1. Wash-I already leading 7-0. Feel like for as dominant as this Wash-I team has been, the crowd's been a little quiet, hasn't it? Thought this crowd would be erupting for this Wash-I team. And now we're going to have a timeout. Washington wants to take one. 1:04 remaining in the first quarter. Washington 7. Keystone Oaks nothing. We're back in a moment on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
The October meeting of the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame is coming up Thursday. For just $10 a year, you'll have the chance to help share the stories of our region's rich athletic tradition. All members will have the opportunity to nominate athletes, coaches, officials, and contributors for consideration for induction at next summer's banquet. Our next meeting is Thursday at 7 p.m. at Pony Baseball Headquarters, next to EQT Park, the deadline for nominations. Join us and be part of something exceptional. The Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame.
So Tristan Reed back in the game now. Washington uses its first timeout. Wash-I started this drive at the Keystone Oaks 44-yard line. The Golden Eagles had the ball just once. It was a 3-and-out, had a bad snap on their very first play on first down, put them back at 2nd and 22, 23, and had to punt the ball from inside their own territory, gave Wash-I good field possession, and now the Prexies trying to make them pay for it. First and goal from the 1-yard line for Wash-I in the I formation. The quick hitter to the fullback, Javon Woods, and he's in for the touchdown. The reach goes across the goal line. Touchdown, Prexies.
Yep, he just put the ball out. You can see on the replay, he put that ball out across the line. Pretty dangerous play as he was being wrapped up, but he ends up getting away with it. They get the score, and Wash-I goes up 13-0, and for all intents and purposes and reality, Keystone Oaks has had the ball for 3 downs because there's 58 seconds left in the first period.
44-yard drive capped off by the 1 yard. Javon Woods touchdown run. Crawford's kick is up. Crawford's kick is good. 58 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Prexies 14, Keystone Oaks nothing. The WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Orthodontics isn't just for children. Orthodontics is for everyone. Choose Good Orthodontics. Doctors Bob and Ron Good and Dr. Cullen Doyle are board-certified specialists in orthodontics and facial orthopedics. Good Orthodontics has offices in Mount Lebanon, Washington, and Pleasant Hills. See all the good a simple smile can do. Call Good Orthodontics 412-655-4660. Excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Crawford comes to kick off once again. Colton and Polarin back deep to receive. Polarin will take it at about the 3-yard line. Across the 10, brings it out to the 15. Little stutter step now. Polarin with it, tackled from behind across the 20.
Polarin, I think, is 6'6". A little bit big. He's a big return guy. At 6'6", wide receiver.
6'6", 220.
220.
That's a big return guy. Just 51 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Keystone Oaks has only snapped the ball 3 times, a 3-and-out. Wash High has scored on both of its possessions, a 14-0 lead for the Little Prexies. Keystone Oaks will get another shot here. Ball out at the 23. A little delay out of the huddle as Polarin had to adjust a piece of equipment. A couple Guardian caps on this Keystone Oaks team. As Gearhart again from the gun. This one a snap to him. He'll keep it around the right side, trying to get outside the numbers. Little stutter step. Nice job by Gearhart on first down. He'll pick up close to 10 yards. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down marker.
Just direct snap, just ran the ball off the right side, got on the edge, got a good block, broke contain, got 9 yards. Pretty easy.
Still negative rushing after that snap that went over his head. Final 15 seconds of the quarter. Gearhart again, another high snap that he bobbles. Able to put his head down. He will just get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 1 when we start the second quarter. End of 1 here at Wash High Stadium. The Prexies with a 14-0 lead over Keystone Oaks. We'll have the second quarter when we come back on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friday night lights bring our community together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opiate addiction. I'm Commissioner Larry Maggi, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Teams will flip sides here. Wash High leading 14-0 as we begin the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 1 for Keystone Oaks, about their own 32-yard line.
I'd be real surprised if Gearhart doesn't take this off a tackle somewhere.
Gearhart from the gun has McDine, and there he is. Up the middle, he has enough for the first down. Big gain here by Owen Gearhart across the 40 to the 45. and he'll pick up the first down the first time the Golden Eagles have moved the sticks.
Little fake inside, drew everybody from Washington up inside, and he just kept the ball. If he's reading it, he kept it inside the defensive end, and nice seam opened up on the near side, and he picks up the first down and more.
Gain of 16 on the ground for Owen Gearhart. 5 carries, 13 yards for the quarterback. First and 10 now from their own 46. Gearhart rolling out to his left, looking to pass. Under some pressure, puts his head down, and he's sacked in the backfield. The Little Prexies get to him.
Tried to look down the field, rolling to his left, tried to get the wide receiver down the field. Did not have time to turn around and get rid of the football.
Javon Woods in there, Jade Nemeth in there as well. Big loss there on first down, brings up a second down and about 16.
Nice thing about that is it wasn't just one guy making a tackle. It was about 2 or 3.
High snap again. Fake the handoff. Almost got hit in the backfield and now does get snowed under. Another. Well, I think he might get a yard out of it. We can't credit a sack to anybody, but my goodness, Wash High getting the pressure up the middle.
Again, tried to fake the ball up inside, keep it off the tackle to the far side, and Wash High all over it. We have a blue jersey down on the ground.
Yeah, not a good sign there for Wash High. Another injury. Saw Tristan Reed go down. He came back into the ball game on that last offensive drive. He's out there defensively right now for the Little Prexies. 10:29 to play in the second quarter. Washington with over 100 yards of offense, scores on both of its possessions. Keystone Oaks went 3 and out in between those two possessions. Now facing a 3rd down and 15 from their own 41-yard line. Have moved the sticks just once so far.
Looks like a lower body injury, maybe to the ankle or something like that, but it's always a little bit different. When those backs and wide receivers get those things, they tend to bounce back pretty quickly, but when those offensive linemen or defensive linemen get them, it's a little bit more difficult to come back from right away.
Ball on the far hash. Golden Eagles moving from left to right. Two receivers to the near side. Gearhart in the gun with McDine to his right. Another high snap under pressure again. Gets this one away down the far sideline, and it's incomplete over the head of the intended target, Polarin, who got a fingertip to it right at the first down marker, but the incomplete pass stops the clock and brings up a 4th and 15. The punting unit back on for the Golden Eagles.
Polarin ran down the field, down the far sideline, past the first down marker. Ball thrown a little bit behind him, but he was able to turn around, and even at 6'6", he could not get up in the air and grab the football. The ball was a little bit overthrown. Punting situation for Keystone Oaks.
Into punt here for the Golden Eagles. Once again, the kick from Luke Philistine. Bounces at the 31, takes a Wash High bounce and will head out of bounds. Prexies with decent field position will start this drive at their own 35-yard line. So Keystone Oaks has come up empty on both of its drives with just 1 first down.
Wash High is doing a nice job defensively. Keystone Oaks got a little bit behind in the down and distance and had to try to throw the football. And when they tried to throw the football, they were not as successful as they were with the quarterback running it.
1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Prexies moving from right to left. Ball on the far hash. Tristan Reed back in there. Has Cook to his left.
Unbalanced line into the boundary.
Here's the snap. Fake it to Cook. Fake it to somebody else. And now Reed has a man wide open. It's caught at the 35-yard line. Off to the races and tackled inside the 10 is Caleb Patton. A huge gain on first down.
That's what happens when you get tied up watching the backfield. The secondary doesn't do their job, and the receiver just ran right by the corner and the safety, and Reed just laid the ball in perfectly. after the fake.
59 yards. The pass to Caleb Patton. The ball at the 6.
Patton probably disappointed that he didn't make it into the end zone.
First and goal from the 6-yard line. Reed from the gun has Cook to his left. Reed gives it to Cook. Cook trips in the backfield. No gain. Might have been a direct snap to him.
Not sure what happened there. Reed did not look like he was really running to block. He just it almost looked like he got in the way. And ball carrier fell down trying to avoid him.
Cook loses a yard. They spot the ball now at the 7. Second and goal now from the 7-yard line for the Little Prexies after the 59-yard pass. Reed from the gun has Walker to his left this time. Fake the handoff that way. Give it to Nelson. Nelson hit from behind and drugged down at the 5. There's that 56, who I don't have, who makes the nice tackle.
Nelson, a little inside handoff that time, just took it off the left side. Kind of ran a little bit east and west, wasn't able to get up the field, and as you said, brought down by a pretty nice tackle. Single tackle.
7 different ball carriers in the game for Wash High. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line for the Little Prexies. Started this drive at their own 35. The big play on first down, setting up this 3rd down and goal. I formation now for the Prexies. Handed off to Walker. Walker met inside the 5. Going to be denied. Gets inside the 5-yard line, but it'll be 4th and goal.
I think they'll be going for this. Little isolation play off the right side, and pretty good contact by KO.
7.5.
Stopped them from moving forward.
7.5 minutes to play in the opening half. Wash High already leading 14-0, trying to punch it in for a 3rd time. 4th and goal from the 3 for the Prexies. Reed comes in from the sideline with the play. Trying to go up 3 scores here.
Big play defensively for Keystone Oaks.
Golden Eagles have done a nice job on this drive of stopping them after that big pass play inside the 10. I formation again, 2 receivers to the right side. Fake the handoff. Reed running back. Now fake the pass, tucks it and runs. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Little Prexies.
Yeah, the best thing you can do on the goal line is put your quarterback out on the edge with the ability to run or throw, and that's exactly what they did. And he fakes the pass, runs it into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown, and it's now 20-0.
With a pending extra point. Big first half for Wash High. They've scored on all 3 of their drives. Just a little over 2 minutes taken off the clock there. 65-yard drive, and Prexy's going to line up for 2 here. Crawford's 2 for 2 in the extra points, but looking for the 2-point conversion. Man comes in motion. That's Nelson. Reed stands across the middle, and that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Looked like the Malcolm Butler play from the Super Bowl. 2-point conversion, no good. Under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Wash High 20. Keystone Oaks nothing here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's bus routes service the Washington and Canonsburg areas and extend into downtown Pittsburgh, McDonald, and Monongahela. Children 11 and younger ride free, and seniors 65 and older receive free bus fares on fixed route service. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards, also available at the Washington Transit Center. Freedom Transit, connecting people who live, work, learn, and play in Washington County and surrounding areas.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
Crawford comes to kick things off once again for the Little Prexies. Taken by Joe Colton. Inside the 10-yard line. Colton coming all the way to the near side across the 15, waiting for something to develop. Never gets the hole, and Wash High makes the tackle around the 19-yard line.
Again, ball kicked down the far hash mark, and he brought the ball all the way across to the near side of the field. Normally you're coached to, even if your return is coming to the near side, if that ball's on the other side of the hash mark, you should take it right up that sideline. He did a lot of running for about no gain.
6:45 to play in the opening half. Prexies with a 20-0 lead over Keystone Oaks. Golden Eagles now with the ball on the near hash, starting this drive at their own 19-yard line, down 3 scores. Gearhart, the quarterback from the gun, has McDine to his right. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff to McDine, keeps it himself, has a hole around the right side, and ripped down out of bounds at the Keystone Oaks sideline. Making that stop for Wash High was Jamari Walker.
This is where, as a coach, you're always a little bit concerned. You get 3 touchdowns up, and you wonder if your kids start to lose a little bit of concentration. And when they do that, they don't tackle as well, they don't read as well, they don't get to the ball as well, and defensively you end up struggling a little bit until you get your feet back under you again.
Gearhart picks up 5 on first down, 2nd and 5 now. A lot of high snaps. He gathers this one, trying to run it himself around the left side, and he stopped for no gain.
Good job that time by the right side of the defensive line and linebackers.
Be 3rd down and 5, 6 minutes to play in this first half. Just 1 first down of the game for Keystone Oaks. Gearhart from the gun, McDine to his right. Now rolling out to his right, looking to pass. Receiver on the near side makes the catch at the 35-yard line, and that's a first down. That's a nice catch on the near sideline. Nearly had it knocked away, but gathering the football there was Sean O'Brien for his first catch.
Reed almost got in front of that, and he's going to bounce off. Kind of re-injured that little ankle. And
a timeout taken on the field. Ball now at the 35. 14-yard pass to Sean O'Brien, his first catch. Gearhart 2 for 2 for 25 yards in the air. 8 rushes for just 13 yards for Gearhart on the ground. He's the only player that has ran the ball for Keystone Oaks. It's just their 2nd first down of this opening half. Their drives have been a 3-and-out, 1 first down and a punt, and now starting their 3rd drive. Wash High started the ball, or won the toss, elected to receive, so Keystone Oaks will get the ball to begin the second half. But 5.5 minutes to play this opening half. Feels like Keystone Oaks got to do something here.
Well, you got to, when you're down 20, you got to just, scramble and get 1. You got to start with 1.
Be 1st and 10 from their own 35. Gearhart looking to pass, and that's intercepted at the 45-yard line, right into the hands of Caden Cook.
Great pressure that time by Washington on the quarterback, and he had to dump that ball, and he dumped it right into the hands of Cook.
And great field position now for the Little Prexies. They get the ball at the Keystone Oaks 35-yard line. First turnover of the ball game.
Football's a lot easier when you only have to work on a half a field.
Their second drive started at the 44. Their longest drive of the game was the first one, a 68-yard drive that took 3.5 minutes off the clock, ended in the 2-yard Tristan Reed touchdown run. Reed has 2 scores on the ground. 1st and 10 now from the 35, the shortest field that Wash-High has had to work with. Fake the handoff twice. Now the pass across the middle. It's caught. Naraskovic at the 25-yard line takes it down to the 15.
That's the same play they ran for the big gain, and that time they just went to the second receiver. Naraskovic just running down the middle of the field. Everybody went with that post corner where the ball was thrown before, and he's wide open down the field, and they've got the ball inside the 15-yard line.
Gain of 20. 21 on first down as they mark that down to the 14. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Wash-High trying to go up 4 scores. Give the ball to Grooms, the big man, inside the 5, touchdown. 14-yard touchdown run for the big man, Trenton Grooms, and Wash-High scores again.
Too easy that time. He scored from the 15-yard line untouched. Little off-tackle play, and he just broke it up inside and made a guy miss in the secondary and walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
26-0 now, Little Prexies, and they'll kick the extra point this time. Crawford will kick. It's been all Wash-High in this ball game. Left-footed kicker Crawford. Hold is down from Patton. Kick is up, and kick is good. Under 5 minutes to play in the opening half. It's 27-0. Wash-High over Keystone Oaks. We're back in a moment on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
You deserve a bank that brings fresh ideas to your business. One that can see you're a cut above and knows you like you know your customers. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on preparing personalized solutions, ones that cater to the unique needs of your business. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Kickoff taken by Polarin taken by Joe Colton inside the 5-yard line. He bounces that one outside the 25. Nice return by Colton, but the Golden Eagles now down 27-0 to the Wash-High Little Prexies.
Ball kicked to the far hash mark, numbers. Palerno brought it up the far side, made the first guy miss, and that gave him a couple, probably 10 extra yards because he made it back to about the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26, down 4 scores to the Wash-High Little Prexies. Keystone Oaks gets the ball once again. Just 2 first downs in the game for the Golden Eagles. Owen Gearhart, the quarterback, in a shotgun formation. It's McDine to his left. Another bobble on the snap. Ball's loose on the turf. And it's Wash-High football. Second turnover of the game, and the Prexies take it away again. They've had trouble on the snap all night from the very first possession.
They got the ball, they eventually got control of the snap, but the timing was bad, tried to hand it off. And when he tried to hand it off, the ball ended up on the ground, and the Prexies fell on it.
Prexies just keep getting shorter and shorter field position.
And that's, I tell you what, as an offensive coordinator, you don't mind that.
They've got the ball at the Keystone Oaks 44, the 35, and now the 25 after the turnover. Little misdirection And ending up with it is Amir Nelson, who's drugged down in the backfield.
Not a whole lot of running room that time. Nelson tried to come it off the left side, nothing up inside. Tried to bounce it outside and couldn't outrun the contained man. And he ends up being thrown for about a 4 or 5 yard loss.
Second down and
15.
15. Loss of 5. Now, where's Tristan Reed here? Direct snap to Woods. Woods up the middle, has a big hole. He'll be close to the first down marker. Across the 20, the 15. He will move the sticks.
Yep, the Keystone Oaks has no idea where the football is going. Wash Eye's running the single wing. A lot of spinning in the backfield, and they're just opening up hole after hole.
Gain of 16 by Woods. Makes it first down and 10 at the Keystone Oaks 13-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play in this second quarter. Reed from the gun. A little bit of a high snap. He'll keep it himself. Reed to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown. Tristan Reed scores again.
Again, a little fake by Reed, a little spin on the snap. Takes it off the left side and goes in untouched. Tell you, if he's got a problem with an ankle or he's got cramps, this is about the time to sit him down.
They're going to kick the extra point here. $50 yards on the ground tonight for Tristan Reed. 3 touchdowns. Kick is up and kick is good. 34-0. Wash High leads Keystone Oaks. We're back in a minute in the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Since 1978, Quality Quick Printing has been a single source for all your business, organization, and corporate printing needs. A full-service digital document solution center, high-speed digital copying, large format, design and finishing, direct mail services, and so much more. Call their print solutions specialists to help with your next project. 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
Our motto at Sunny Days is put our clients and our caregivers first.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We care about people and we want people to have better lives because we're involved with them. We'd love for you to go and check out our website, fill out an application, and we can talk to you more. And we really like to have good people. And the big thing we're looking for is if you're a caring and compassionate person, and that's our top quality.
Sunny Days caregivers make a difference in people's lives. Find out how you can join the team. Log on sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
5 possessions in the game for Wash High, 5 touchdowns. Grooms and Woods each with 1. Tristan Reed has 3 on the ground. Another kickoff bounces at the 3-yard line, goes into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So ball will come out to the 25-yard line here for Keystone Oaks.
Again, Keystone Oaks just never got out of the box tonight. They never got out of the blocks. They came in, their first snap was a high snap, and they've had trouble with a snap at least 3 or 4 times after that, which has led to either a fumble or a poor possession.
Have them with just 38 yards of offense.
Well, they haven't had the ball that much.
2 turnovers. Wash High has capitalized on both of those. 34-0 lead for the Little Prexies here. Still 3.5 minutes to play in this first half. Gearhart from the gun. Hands it off to McDine. McDine with his first carry of the ball game, and he'll run it right up the gut for about 7.
Again, inside handoff to McDine, who was a setback next to the quarterback, and picks up good yardage on first down, second and about 7. Second and 3.
3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Here's the snap. Give it to McDine again. He's going to be close to the first down marker. I think he has enough. He does. Another gain of 5 by McDine.
That time Washington sent a couple linebackers up inside, and they just ran right by the ball carrier. I don't think they expected McDine to get it. They were going after the quarterback. which would have been a good guess.
Another first down. 1st and 10 now. Keystone Oaks just trying to get on the board. McDine, a third straight carry, has a big hole on the right side to the 45, to the 50, and he's drugged down at about midfield. Making the stop there, Dustin Clark.
Keystone Oaks showing a little bit of life.
Ball up to it was Walker who made the stop, by the way. Big gain there by McDine. Ball now at the 49. And the snap goes over the head of Gearhart again. Ball is loose on the turf. He's able to cover it up back at the 30. They'll mark him down at the 33, but again, that's the second time that's happened tonight.
That puts him behind schedule for sure. They have not shown that kind of offense that can make up the distance now. On 2nd and 3rd down, they get the first down.
Loss of 18.
Got to watch out they don't try to force something down the field and end up with a turnover.
1:40 to play. Give it to McDine, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Wash High was ready for it this time. It's Trenton Grooms.
Grooms came in untouched. Makes the tackle. Just a good job that time by Grooms. Avoided the block, got to the ball carrier, and put him down himself. And I think we got a timeout. And my guess would be it might be a timeout Keystone Oaks.
Timeout on the
field. Or
field.
maybe Wash High, I don't know.
Does look like that was charged to the Prexies.
There you go.
1:34 remaining on the clock here in this first half. A 34-0 lead for Wash High. After they got a first down on this drive, just their 3rd of the game did Keystone Oaks, but the snap over the head brings up now a 3rd down and 32 from their own 30-yard line. 31, I believe.
I want to tell you, as a former offensive coordinator, there aren't a whole lot of calls you can make that are going to make a 3rd and 32.
See what happens. You're already down 34-0. Try to put the ball up, get somewhere close that maybe you can go for it on 4th down here with only a minute and a half remaining in the half.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to give the ball back if you don't have to.
Keeper by Gearhart to the right side. Gets to the numbers, to the 40. Out of bounds at around the 44-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 15, maybe 17, that is.
Well, if they do decide to punt it, it's at least going to make them go the whole, 3/4 of the field. Of course, I'm not sure they want to punt it to a couple of these return kids that Wash High has.
4th down and 17 from their own 44-yard line. Gearhart from the gun. McDine to his right, looking to pass. Delivers one to the far sideline. Has a man who makes the catch, slips off a tackle, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line, 1 yard short of the first down marker. Turnover on downs. The Prexies take over once again.
He almost made that. That was a good throw, a good catch, and he made some effort to get there, but could not get to the sticks.
Was right there. Needed 17, got 16.
Minute 19 to go, 2nd period. Wash High, I think, has 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, so Wash High could make this a mercy rule game to start the second half. 1st and 10 now from their own 40. This is the worst field position they've had in 4 drives. Reed from the gun. 5 wide for Tristan Reed. Swing it out into the flat. Pass is caught by Jaquay Heyman. And Heyman is sent backwards. Forward progress going to put him back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. And officials stop the clock as Wash High will use its final timeout.
Receiver could have got out of bounds that time. Just run the ball to the sideline, get out of bounds, but tried to make a couple moves to get up the field and make a big play, and unable to do so, which burned time off the clock and forced Wash High to call the timeout that they have left.
Reed in the air, 4 for 6 for 101 yards. It'll be second down and 10. Clock is stopped here with just over a minute remaining in the half.
I think Washington's out of timeouts.
Keystone Oaks still with 2. Out of the timeout, see what the Little Prexies can do. By the way, coming up at halftime, Bob Gregg, our buddy, sat down with Guy Montecalvo earlier today. We have an interview with Guy Montecalvo regarding the Washington Green Sports Hall of Fame. Reed again with an empty set. Looking to pass, has plenty of time. Now scrambles out to the right, looking for anybody downfield, has a man, and it's caught at the 39-yard line for a first down. It's Caleb Patton with the catch.
Patton, little crossing route down the far side, and Reed set up behind the center, then rolled to his right. Hit him right in the numbers.
And Reed will spike it. Look at this. Nice catch by Patton.
Ball pretty well thrown.
He had that big 59-yard catch earlier.
Keystone Oaks, 4 guys playing real deep. Leaves you vulnerable to those underneath routes. You got 54 seconds left, plenty of time.
It'll be second down and 10 after the spike. Reed again. With 5 wide, looking to pass, has some time, delivers one to the 30-yard line. That's caught by Naraskovic, and he'll take it to the 25. Another first down, and a flag comes in after the play.
That was the football, I think.
That was the football?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was a flag.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they had a face mask on the play.
Face mask penalty. Move the ball even further up the field. Completed for the first down.
Wow.
There's a gain of about 14 in the air.
Keystone Oaks is going to be happy to be in the locker room at halftime talking about a restart.
And after the penalty, clock is running. We're down to 30 seconds to play in the half. First and 10 from the 12. Reed looking to pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Prexies. They strike again. It's Caleb Patton from 12 yards out.
It's a nice job. They motioned to trips on the near side. Still had a receiver on the far side, and Reed looked off the defense, came back to the right side to the single coverage, and threw a strike right at the corner of the end zone to get the touchdown.
First passing touchdown for Tristan Reed makes it 40-0. Crawford comes on to kick the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 41-0. Wash High. Still 22 seconds to play in the opening half. We're back in a moment. The WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
The October meeting of the Washington Green County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame is coming up Thursday, October 23rd. For just $10 a year, you'll have the chance to help share the stories of our region's rich athletic tradition. All members will have the opportunity to nominate athletes, coaches, officials, and contributors for consideration for induction at next summer's banquet. Our next meeting is Thursday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. at Pony Baseball Headquarters, next to EQT Park, the deadline for nominations. Join us and be part of something exceptional. The Washington Green County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame.
What a first half for Wash High, scoring 6 touchdowns on 6 drives. They forced 2 turnovers and have held Keystone Oaks to limited offense. Less than 100 yards of total offense for Keystone Oaks, just 3 first downs for the Golden Eagles.
One of the things you're looking to do is, as a coach, is to allow your kids to play loose, play hard, and try to get that perfect game. And right now, overall, offensively and defensively, Wash High's played a perfect half.
Kickoff goes into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback.
They have not done everything perfectly, but they've played a perfect half team-wise.
They certainly have. And you think about that drive, the second drive after Tristan Reed, he got the touchdown. They get the ball back, and he got injured on that touchdown diving for the pylon. Came back out without their quarterback. Ran a little committee there as they normally do, a couple direct snaps, several different ball carriers. They get down inside the 10, and all of a sudden Tristan Reed's back out there rehabbed up. So glad to see him healthy, but everybody had to pitch in at that point.
No question.
Just 20 seconds or so remaining in this half. Keystone Oaks trailing 41-0. We'll have a running clock in the second half. And Keystone Oaks just going to kneel it here and get this game to the locker room. An ugly one for the Golden Eagles, but one heck of a first half for the Wash High Little Prexies. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll recap the first half for you here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Orthodontics isn't just for children. Orthodontics is for everyone. Choose Good Orthodontics. Doctors Bob and Ron Good and Dr. Cullen Doyle are board-certified specialists in orthodontics and facial orthopedics. Good Orthodontics has offices in Mount Lebanon, Washington, and Pleasant Hills. See all the good a simple smile can do. Call Good Orthodontics, 724-225-1114. Excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
What a first half for Wash High, the Little Prexies, with a 41-0 lead over Keystone Oaks. They've dominated this first half. Tristan Reed, 7 for 9 in the air, 157 yards and a touchdown. He also has 50 yards on the ground, 3 rushing touchdowns for Tristan Reed. Grooms and Woods also with rushing touchdowns. And how about Caleb Patton? 3 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown receiving. They have just completely dominated Keystone Oaks, who has just 3 first downs in the game. Wash High won the toss, elected to receive. He said, we'll take the ball. They go 68 yards in 3.5 minutes, capped off by the first Tristan Reed rushing touchdown from just 2 yards out. Dove for the pylon, got injured on the play, was able to come back in. The Crawford extra point made it 7-0. Ensuing drive by Keystone Oaks. Very first play that they have offensively is a snap that goes over the quarterback's head. Huge loss. They end up going 3 and out. Come back, the Wash High Prexies do. Just a 44-yard drive. They take around 4 minutes off the clock or so, and Tristan Reed puts it in again from 3 yards out, makes it 14-0 after the Crawford extra point. Keystone Oaks got a first down on their next drive, had to punt it away, and again, Wash High dealing with a fairly short field, marches down the field, and it's Javon Woods who punches this one in from just a yard out to make it 21-0 after the Crawford extra point. Keystone Oaks would turn it over on each of its next 2 drives. An interception, a nice one by Caden Cook. The ball was thrown right to him, and short field once again leads to another touchdown. This one scored by Trenton Grooms from 14 yards out. Extra point made it 28-0. Then I'm even getting confused on my touchdowns at this point. There's been so many. Next drive, very next play, offensively for Keystone Oaks, on the handoff, a fumble. The Little Prexies recover. They only have to deal with a short field. They start the possession at their own 25-yard line. Tristan Reed ends up running the ball in to the left side on a 4th down. Almost got stopped, but Reed runs it in on a 4th down. They score for the 5th time, this time from 15 yards out. And then another punt by Keystone. They turned it over on downs. Keystone Oaks turns it over on downs. They needed 17 yards. They got 16, and just a minute on the clock for Wash High, and they end up scoring the touchdown pass in the corner to Caleb Patton from Tristan Reed. Extra point makes it 41-0. And one of those touchdowns somewhere they went for two and didn't get it. My notes are all over the place. It's been all Wash High. That's all you need to know. It's 41-0 Little Prexy.
This is one of those games they said when they ask you what the score is, you just say too much to too little. We were talking before, and the Wash High has played a perfect football game. Now, they've only had to drive half the field except for one series.
Yeah.
And they executed the 2-minute drill perfectly.
Yep.
Down the field. So, you got to give them props. You got to give them credit. They're going to have a running clock the second half, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of younger kids play. But kind of feel bad for Keystone Oaks. If I'm from Wash High, I'm not. But you got to kind of feel bad for them. They got to get something going to get something positive out of the football game, so that they just don't go back on the bus and say, geez, we didn't do anything.
Yeah. Here at the break, it's 41-0 Wash High over Keystone Oaks. Coming up, Bob Gregg was with Guy Montecalvo of the Washington Green chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. They have some events and such coming up. We'll hear from Bob and from Guy on the other side of this break. We're at halftime, 41-0 Little Prexies over Keystone Oaks.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County help you with the heavy lifting before winter. First Federal gives you all the tools you need with FHA Title I home improvement, home equity, construction, and owner-builder loans. With offices in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties, your loan stays here. Apply in person or anytime online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 458729.
Friday night lights bring our community together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm Commissioner Electra Janis, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential helpline today at 724-228-1234. That's 724-228-1234. Together, we can fight addiction and build a stronger future for Washington County.
Here at halftime on our WJPA Sports Network feature games of the week, I'm Bob Gregg. It's great to have you with us tonight, whether you're enjoying the Thomas Jefferson Trinity game or the Wash High Keystone Oaks game. With me right now is a longtime friend, former Wash High head football coach, Cannon McMillan head football coach, and athletic director Guy Montecalvo. He's the chairman of the executive committee of the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, here on behalf of board president Dan Alderson. Why is that organization so important?
Well, Bob, it's an organization that highlights coaches and athletes and officials and contributors and teams of yesteryear that have been the earmark of this great history we have here in Washington and Greene County. With all of our athletic teams, and it's just an organization where we have a group of guys on our executive committee and on our board of officers that are looking to give back, because athletics has done so many things for all of us in so many realms of our existence.
So you have a number of people who get inducted every year, but that's not the only thing that the organization's about.
No, it's not, Bob. We've really branched out. We've gone from where we used to give a $1,000 scholarship to one student athlete in Washington and Greene County about 10 years ago. And this particular past year, in 2025, at our banquet in June, we awarded nearly $14,000 in scholarships to student athletes. We honored 6 student athletes, and we also gave $3,000 to our 2 Courage Award winners and our 1 Ed Monaco over and above and beyond award. And we also gave $1,000 to Trevor Popek and his foundation for dealing with young people who have problems with their vision.
Where does the money come from?
Well, we've been really blessed. We have a golf outing every year. That's probably the biggest fundraiser we have. Zach Zabrowski, who of course is the principal at Trinity High School, and donates his time as our vice president, and he runs the golf outing, and that golf outing has brought in upwards of $25,000 a year for us. And then we have some wonderful sponsors, some people like CNX and GBU, Printscape, the Pony League World Series, and of course individuals like Bob Gregg, who contribute to us every year.
You and I have both been inducted into the Hall of Fame. How can other people get involved in what happens?
Well, we really have a plea for membership right now, Bobby. We've literally got about 10 or 12 individuals that run this organization. We've got over 200 former inductees in the Washington Green Hall of Fame who we're putting a plea out. We need help. We need additional manpower and women power. It's very simple to join. You don't have to be an inductee to join this organization. In fact, 3 or 4 of the people on our executive committee are not inductees. I mean, Zach Zabrowski's a young man. He hasn't been inducted yet. We have a couple other people that are not inducted into the Hall of Fame. They're just looking to give back. So it's very simple. To join our membership, you pay $10 a year. That enables you to vote on our ballot each year. It enables you to nominate people. And again, the categories are vast. It's not just athletes. It's athletes and coaches. It's teams of yesteryear. It's officials. It's contributors. It's people who have dealt with youth sports, and people like yourself, who, of course, I know you, with your humility, you wouldn't want to say it, but you were inducted into the Hall of Fame along with Mark Uriah and people like John Sacco. We have a section for organizing and honoring journalists as well.
How can people get involved? What do they need to do?
They go to our website, washgreen.com, and just pay the membership fee right there. They can do it usually with PayPal. Our treasurer, Linda Message, who's just a wonderful human being. She is still working at Mapletown as athletic director. But if you would just sign up there, pay the $10, and then you become a member. And the membership year goes from June of one year to the banquet in June of the next year. And, in fact, we have our October meeting coming up on the 23rd at 7 o'clock at Pony headquarters. And Pony has been so generous into donating that beautiful facility for us. That'll be the final night when a member can make nominations.
Thanks for your work really shepherding this organization and growing it to what it is today.
Well, I appreciate it, Bobby, and it just seems like Friday evening is a natural thing for you and I to get together. I think we did this kind of thing for about 30 years.
Former Wash High head coach, Cannon McMillan head coach, and athletic director Guy Montecalvo talking about one of our sponsors on tonight's broadcast and a big supporter of high school and collegiate athletes, coaches, teams, contributors, etc., the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. We'll get back to our halftime activities on the game that you're watching in just a moment here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's Pittsburgh Metro route services park and rides in Washington and Cannonsburg, including Bow Street and South Point to downtown Pittsburgh. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards also available at the Washington Transit Center. Our riders enjoy a car-free commute, avoiding traffic and parking. Downtown stops include Gateway Center, Boulevard of the Allies, Smithfield Street, and East Busway.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for October 4th, 2025. I'm Joe Underko. This week we will take a quick look back at last Saturday's football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 5 contests this Saturday. All 5 PAC road teams posted league victories on September 27th, while Westminster had the weekend off. In a battle of 2024 PAC co-champions, W&J opened the game with 34 unanswered points en route to a 34-14 final at Grove City. Geneva and Waynesburg each improved to 2-0 in league play with wins, with the Golden Tornadoes posting a 28-16 decision at Allegheny, and the Yellow Jackets rolling past Teal 45-14. Case Western Reserve earned its first win of the season, blanking Bethany 55-0. Finally, Hiram won its first league contest since returning to the PAC with a 40-38 shootout victory at St. Vincent. Offensive PAC Player of the Week honors in Week 5 went to W&J senior quarterback Kellen Stahl, who threw for 337 yards and 2 TDs and rushed for another score at Grove City. Defensive laurels went to Geneva junior D lineman Colton Hill with 8 tackles, including 3.5 for losses and 2 sacks at Allegheny. Special teams recognition went to W&J senior kicker punter Devin Wyatt, who made all 6 kicks, including 2 field goals, while averaging 38 yards per punt. Newcomer of the week was Hiram freshman Devin Tufts with 10 catches for 179 yards and 2 TDs at St. Vincent. Week 5 again features 5 league contests, while Teal has the weekend off. The lone night game highlights the schedule, as 2-2 Geneva looks to improve to 3-0 in PAC play when they host Presbyterian rival 1-2 Grove City at Reeves Field at 7:30 p.m. It's the 99th all-time meeting in the historic series dating back to 1893, with Grove City leading 47-43-8. The Wolverines have won the last 4 meetings, including a 41-0 blanking in Grove City a year ago. Veteran Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco previews the primetime matchup.
They're very, very good. And we're going to have to play the best game we've played all year, which we're trying to. All of us as coaches are in the business of the process of improvement, and that's what we hope to do.
After a bye week in Week 4, 2-1 Westminster returns to the gridiron when the Titans host 0-3 Bethany at Harold Burry Stadium in New Wilmington at 1 p.m. It's the 62nd all-time meeting in a series that has been dominated by the Titans 47-12-2, including a 49-7 Westminster win in West Virginia last season. Veteran Westminster head coach Scott Benzel talked about the team having a back-to-camp mentality during the off week.
There's a lot of things that we had to get caught up on. There's some areas of concern for us in terms of shoring up some things, and so we took those 3 or 4 days to address that and then rest up a bunch of banged up injured Titans.
It's homecoming week in Latrobe as 1-3 St. Vincent hosts 1-2-1 Case Western Reserve at Chuck Knoll Field at 1 p.m. Case has won 9 of 11 all-time meetings between the programs since the restart of Bearcat football in 2007, with the last St. Vincent win in the series being a 42-40 home victory in 2021. One highlight to open the season for the Bearcats has been the explosive passing connection between quarterback Jack Phillips and wideout Chris Downs, who has a league-best 639 receiving yards in 4 games. St. Vincent first-year head coach Casey Goff talks about the reasons for the duo's early success.
Chris and Jake both take pride in their positions and what they do, and they work extremely hard at it. They work hard in the meeting rooms, they work hard in the field, and they've been able to develop that connection.
In other Week 5 conference contests, 2-2 Waynesburg also looks to improve to 3-0 in league play, as the Yellow Jackets host 1-3 Allegheny at Wiley Stadium in Waynesburg at 1 p.m. The teams first met in 1922, with Allegheny winning the first 6 meetings, before Waynesburg posted its first ever win over the Gators last year, winning a 44-41 shootout in Meadville. Finally, 1-2 Washington and Jefferson travels to face 2-2 Hiram at Henry Field in Hiram at 1 p.m. It's the 20th all-time meeting between the programs, with the Presidents leading 11-7-1. The teams last met back in 1992, with W&J defeating Hiram 61-6. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other information. You can follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Good evening. I'm Lynn Manning with your WJPA halftime report. We're at 77 degrees right now here in Washington. Good night for a football game. We'll see temperatures dropping off to 50 degrees. And then tomorrow, some patchy fog. That'll give way to sunshine, and that sets us up for a beautiful weekend. We'll take a complete look at that forecast coming up. Well, there has been a response from Hamas to President Trump's 20-point peace plan. ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers has details.
Hamas says in a statement it would release all remaining hostages if Israel withdraws from Gaza and, quote, proper field conditions are met. The statement says Hamas is ready to negotiate through mediators to talk details. President Trump said Monday he would give Israel his, quote, full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas if the group did not accept his plan to end the war in Gaza. President Trump this morning in a social media post gave Hamas until 6 p.m. Sunday to sign on to his plan, or else, he wrote, quote, all hell like no one has ever seen before will break out against Hamas. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced today to 4 years and 2 months in prison in a case involving sex workers, violence, and freak-offs. The judge said a lengthy sentence was needed for deterrence and that he was unconvinced that if Combs is released, these crimes wouldn't happen again. The 55-year-old was convicted back in July of flying people across state lines for drug-fueled marathon sexual encounters. Jurors had acquitted him of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges that could have carried a life sentence. Washington City Council has addressed some issues around the city. WJPA's Joe Jasek explains.
Council approved the final land development plan for Washington County's public safety building. They also added 15 properties to the demolition list for 2026. Councilman Joe Pintola says that PennDOT should be by in the spring to do traffic and crosswalk signal upgrades.
They're going to replace the traffic signals, the crosswalks. They're going to synchronize the lights along Maiden Street and Jefferson Avenue at the intersection with Main and Bow, Chestnut Street, Hall Avenue, and 3rd Street.
Council is also making residents aware of an unusually high number of ticks in Washington Park. They are working on a solution with an exterminator. And deer in southeastern Ohio are being infected and killed by a disease called EHD. The Pennsylvania Game Commission asks that if anyone finds a dead deer that was not killed by a car, to contact them at 1-833-PGC-WILD. For WJPA News, I'm Joe Jasek.
Washington County Commissioners have announced plans to enhance security at the county courthouse by implementing an advanced AI-powered weapons detection system to replace the aging metal detectors that are there now.
Being a former police officer and also being former sheriff, I know how important it is for technology to keep the courthouse safe. And I think with this new system, it does that. Every week goes by, there's new technology comes up to help us better secure.
That's Washington County Democratic Commissioner Larry Maggi. He says the Evolve system will be installed at both the front and back entrances of the building, and that, again, will replace those metal detectors. The total cost of the 4-year agreement is just over $94,000. 1/3 of it, we're told, will be provided through grants. Meanwhile, inside Chartiers Valley High School, officials are doing something similar. They say that they will be using school tech security technology to evolve into implementing metal detectors, walk-through weapon detection systems, and even artificial intelligence that will be tied to the camera systems. The new pilot program is taking the next step by using Wi-Fi. Chartiers Valley is testing YAI. It's a non-intrusive weapon detection system that was developed by CurvePoint, a company utilizing research from Carnegie Mellon University. Well, the federal government shutdown will continue right through the weekend. The Senate failed today to advance a House-passed funding bill that would end it. The vote, 54 to 44, 60 votes were needed. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has been covering it.
So far, just 3 Senate Democrats have been willing to vote with Republicans to fund the government and end the shutdown. But that's 5 votes short of breaking a filibuster. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says his party will stand firm, betting that public pressure will cause Republicans to negotiate to avoid a looming spike in Obamacare premiums.
I believe that they will be pushed very hard by American citizens who don't want to see their rates go up so much.
Speaker Mike Johnson has canceled planned votes in the House next week, leaving the bill his chamber's already passed as the fastest way out of the impasse. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Well, if you're looking to buy your kids something special, maybe for a birthday or Christmas is coming up, how about a Mercedes? What child wouldn't love a luxury sports car? And for just $49,000, it can be yours. It's a scaled-down version of a Mercedes-Benz SL300. It's advertised as the perfect toy car for kids. It's fully functional and has all the bells and whistles of the original, including the lateral exhausts, dash gauges, and switches, as well as that iconic Mercedes badge. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up tonight 238 points to 46,758. The S&P was up a fraction to 6715, and the Nasdaq was down 63 to 22,780. In sports, the Pens closing out their preseason tonight at home against Buffalo. And your forecast for the rest of this evening: clear skies, overnight lows around 50. Patchy fog tomorrow will give way to sunshine and a high of 81. Right now, 76 at WJPA.
You deserve a bank that lifts up your business, that shares your spirits and your taste for success. At Washington Financial, we pride ourselves on crafting solutions that are as one of a kind as your business is. Go with the bank that gets you. Washington Financial Bank.
Back here at Wash High Stadium. Congratulations, Tristan Reed, having a big night tonight. Just crowned homecoming king here at Wash High. Taylor named the queen. I missed her last name, but congratulations to Taylor, the homecoming queen here at Washington. Those ceremonies just wrapping up. Thanks to Guy Montecalvo for sitting down with Bob for today's halftime presentation. Thanks to Lynn Manning for the news update. And thanks to Joe Onderko for the PAC report. Here at the break, it's 41-0. Wash High leading Keystone Oaks. We'll have a running clock for the entire second half. Mercy rule at 35 points. Scores from around the area. Trinity trailing TJ 22-7. Thomas Jefferson, that game over on WJPA FM 95.3. Bob Gregg and Jack Sacco on that call. North Allegheny leads Mount Lebanon 8-0. Western Beaver 13-12 over Elwood City. Just trying to find a couple of scores for you all out there. Halftime, Upper St. Clair leads South Fayette 29-14. Bethel Park 63-7. The lead for Bethel Park. At the half, Mars leads Knock 42-0. Bethel Park, who are they playing? That must be Baldwin. That looks like Baldwin. I guess I'll turn your mic on now. Are you done eating those cookies?
No. No, there's a messenger that's going back for some more.
Thank you so much to the team here at Wash High. They always provide a great spread for us up here in the booth. Bill doesn't get to Wash High very often, so he's a little spoiled today with the goodies up here.
I know why Bob Gregg always does these games most of the time now.
We do eat well when we're at the high. It's a big night for Wash High, 41-0.
And before I forget, my compliments to the chef.
It's very good. Some pulled pork sandwiches up here as we get set for the second half. Crawford kicks this one off. Keystone Oaks will begin this half with the ball. On the return is Joe Colton. Catches it inside the 10. He'll bring it out across the 25-yard line. And the clock will roll.
Colton caught the ball in the near numbers and did not bring it up the numbers of this sideline very quickly. He was trying to find some space and a couple seams to run through, and by the time he did, there were a lot of blue jerseys on him. First down, Keystone Oaks.
Keystone Oaks with just 3 first downs in the first half. Gearhart on the ground, 11 carries for just 8 yards. A couple of big losses in there on some bad snaps back to him. He operates here out of the gun with McDine to his left. McDine will get the handoff, trying to run up the middle, but it's Trenton Grooms who closes that gap quickly. A gain of just 1 on first down.
Grooms has had a good night. He leads off the second half with a nice play up the middle.
As the touchdown run, has had a couple of big plays defensively. Ball at the 30-yard line for Keystone Oaks in the running clock. And a flag comes in. And that'll stop the clock for a moment. Flag came in, and I believe that's waved off. Maybe just a warning.
I think he was trying to count. I think he thought that one of the teams had too many men in the field.
Illegal substitution against the defense. And another flag comes in. Hold on, a second flag was thrown by the same official. Trying to figure out what this was. An illegal substitution was the first call. Be second down and 9 from the 30. See what the penalty is. We're getting some sort of explanation, but
it's a 15-yarder.
Oh, wow. Sure is. Whatever the penalty was a 15-yard penalty. It's the first flag against Wash High tonight.
Huh.
I don't know what that was.
I can't help you either.
From their own 45-yard line now, quick pass out to Polarin at the 50. He'll get 5 yards with forward progress. After he made the catch, he got leveled.
He went up in the air, all six of them, when he caught the football, came down and took his licks, but he hung on to the ball, picks up 5, second down and 5. A little quick out to the near side.
4 for 5 for 46 yards is Gearhart now in the air. As he hands this one off to McDine. He's wrapped up short of the line to gain. Naraskovich with the stop.
Good one-on-one tackle by Naraskovich. Tried to run that inside handoff.
Just 2 yards there by McDine. Brings up third down and 3. And Wash High jumps off sides. It's Grooms on that clap. Makes the move, and that'll give the Golden Eagles a first down.
Lined up in his outside linebacker position. He heard the clap, and instead of going on the ball, he went on the noise and ends up getting in the neutral zone. They blow the whistle, give him 5 yards and a first down.
2 first downs on this drive, both given away by penalties. Now the handoff to McDine, and down goes Gearhart. Sacked in the backfield. It's Grooms who was all over him.
It's one way to make up for it.
My goodness. Back to the 50-yard line. Loss of 8.
Gearhart tried to get outside, and Grooms was having no part of it. Got him up high and then eventually wrestled him down and got help.
It's a loss of 6. Second down and 16. Gearhart rolling out to his left, throws behind a receiver, and it's incomplete.
Going to his left, never really got his shoulders around to deliver the football, and the ball was behind the receiver. Brings up third down and long.
Third down and 16 from the Wash High 49-yard line for Keystone Oaks.
If I was Wash High, I'd be looking for Polarin at 6'6", 220. Trying to get the football.
Third down and long. Gearhart looking to pass under some pressure. Fires it down the field, and it's intercepted. It was tipped and then caught. Wash High with its third turnover. Up the near sideline. Look at Jamari Walker go. That's not Walker. That's 20. Is that Kayvon Robinson?
Tried to hit Polarin on a little post route, and ball batted up in the air and came down with it, brings it down the near sideline, and Wash High's in business again, first down.
About that third turnover of the game, second interception by the Prexies. That one off a tipped pass. And it'll be great field position once again for the Little Prexies offense. At the 34-yard line, they start this drive.
Be interesting to see how they attack this possession.
Clock continues to roll already in the mercy rule. 6:40 to play, third quarter. New quarterback in there is Noah Patton. Patton hands the ball off, and in the backfield, it's Polarin who drags down the ball carrier. That's Caden Cook, who loses a yard on first down.
Running the eye, trying to run the isolation up inside, and ball carrier came a little bit wide on that and never really got inside.
Second down and 11 from the 35-yard line now. New quarterback in there, the homecoming king, with 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 in the air. Tristan Reed gets the break here in the second half. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Noah Patton under center. Man comes in motion. That man gets the handoff. It's Heyman. Heyman trying to bring it around the left side. A flag comes in around the line of scrimmage as he's knocked out of bounds.
Again, that's usually a hold or a block in the back. It's out with the wide receivers. Got the young guys in there now, and you're going to see some of these plays get called back because they're just not as skilled.
And that's the holding call against Wash High. Second penalty against Wash High in this game. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, running clock. Little Prexies already leading 41-0 with the ball now. Ball back to the 43-yard line. Patton under center. Quick handoff and nowhere to go for Wash High. Nope.
Tried to catch him with a little guard trap up inside to the up back, and just a brick wall he ran into. A lot of white jerseys, nowhere to go.
It's Alfonso Whitaker.
That's a win for the defensive line of Keystone Oaks. And they haven't had many tonight.
Brings up third down and 18. Noah Patton under center. 2 receivers to the near side. Whitaker the back. And Whitaker was the fullback. The tailback, though, getting the handoff there is Giovanni Oakley. Nowhere for him to go either. He might lose a yard on this one.
Yep. Right now, Keystone Oaks is beating them off the ball.
Brings up fourth down now for Wash High. Clock still rolling here in this third quarter. 3:40 to play now in the third. Wash High taking its time here. Play clock at 30. They'll come over the ball here. They're going to attempt this fourth down and 19. Noah Patton now from the gun. Brings Heyman in motion as the snap goes over his head. All the way back to the 35-yard line, and Keystone Oaks will cover it up. It was going to be a turnover on downs anyway, but a huge loss sets up Keystone Oaks.
Looked like a replay of Keystone Oaks snaps from the first half. Ball, quarterback never really had a chance. That ball just rocketed over his head. Tried to get back, but he was racing 2 white jerseys to the football.
On a fourth down and 19, that ball goes from the 39 to the 35 the other way. Clock is stopped here.
Somebody called timeout.
And a timeout taken on the field. We'll take one, too. 2:37 to play in the third quarter. 41-0. Wash High with a running clock here on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Whether in the stands or watching from home, show your team spirit with custom printing from Quality Quick. They are your local partner for vinyl banners, fan apparel, and yard signs to help celebrate your home team. Quality Quick has been a proud print supplier for local schools and boosters in the community since 1978. Don't just watch the game, be part of it. Call 724-225-9427 or visit qualquick.com.
We go into individuals' homes and provide non-medical care for mainly senior citizens, but also people with disabilities.
For Sunny Days In-Home Care, John Bennett.
We do stuff like bathing, grooming, meal preparation, take people to doctor's appointments. Someone needs a little bit of assistance to help them stay in their home instead of going into a facility, and we like to come in and be the people that do that for them.
Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care for your loved one in the comfort of their home. Find out more, sunnydaysinhomecare.com.
First down and 10 from the Wash High 35-yard line for Keystone Oaks. Handoff on first down goes around the right side.
Little inside handoff, moving it off the right edge.
Pick up about 3 yards on first down, brings us second down and 7.
Good pursuit that time by the linebackers from Wash High. Kind of was ready to break the line of scrimmage, but the linebackers ended up filling the gap, coming up from the second level, making a stop.
New quarterback in there as well. Young guys getting some work here tonight. Quick pass comes to the near side, is incomplete. I believe the new quarterback is Brody Kickler. Bring up third down and 7 on the incomplete pass.
Wash High played man-to-man that time on the receivers, and it was supposed to be a little quick throw out to the near side. None of the receivers got off the line of scrimmage. They were all jammed by the defensive backs.
Third down and 7. Minute and a half remaining in this third quarter. Running clock. Kickler will keep it himself, and he's hit immediately. On the stop, Giovanni Oakley will bring up fourth down. It's a loss of about 4. Be fourth down and 11.
Nowhere to go that time. Made the fake, was going to follow the back, but it was just a wall of white and blue in front of him. Had no place to go.
Fourth down and 11. At the 36-yard line. Under a minute to play in the third. Keystone Oaks just trying to look for something positive. Their second string in there now. 2 receivers to each side. Kickler looking to pass under some pressure, fires it downfield, and that ball is intercepted at the 22-yard line. Up the near sideline to the 50. Look at the speed. To the 20, to the 10. Touchdown. A pick 6. 70-yard pick 6.
No flags.
Jaquay Heyman.
Heyman came went up at the high point of the football, made a great interception. Came down on his feet and then just outran everybody on the near sideline. Met up with one of his teammates at about the 10, gave him a high five, and they walked into the end zone. They ran into the end zone high-fiving one another.
A high five down the sideline. Play that replay again. Where did he catch that ball at? Picked off at the 24-yard line. 76-yard pick 6. And now Wash High lines up to go for 2. Patton rolling out to his left. Has a man. It's Heyman who catches it, but a flag comes in. Flag comes in on the 2-point conversion. Holding against Wash High. Heyman had made the catch, and Washai will have to do this again. Try it again.
I saw the flag go up in the air. I thought it was the ball.
Brings the ball out to the 13-yard line. 2-point conversion try with a penalty. See what Washai could do here in the final seconds of the third quarter, scoring another touchdown, a 76-yard interception return by Jaquay Heyman. Some serious speed up the near sideline. Noah Patton under center. Long 2-point conversion try. Quick pass to the goal line, and it's incomplete. Was trying to find Kevin Robinson, but it's incomplete. Just a few seconds left in the third quarter. 47-0. Washai now leads. We're back in a moment. The WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
This is Coach Guy Montecalvo for the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. We'd love to have you join us in celebration of outstanding athletes, coaches, and teams from our area. As a member of our chapter, you can nominate potential candidates, then vote on the nominees for each year's induction banquet. And you can help spread the word about our region's rich athletic tradition. Find us online or hit us up on Facebook and be a part of something exceptional. The Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame.
Final few seconds of the third quarter. It's a big night for the Washai Little Prexies. 47-0. They lead Keystone Oaks. 76-yard interception return for a touchdown by Jaquay Heyman. And Washai will kick it off once again after scoring 6 touchdowns on 6 drives in the first half. Crawford will kick it off. Bounces at the 15, scooped up at about the 11 by Wesley Palmer. Palmer brought down at the 15-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We've played 3. Rolling clock for Washai. The Prexies up big 47-0 over Keystone Oaks. We're back in a moment. The WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Orthodontics isn't just for children. Orthodontics is for everyone. Choose Good Orthodontics. Doctors Bob and Ron Good and Dr. Cullen Doyle are board-certified specialists in orthodontics and facial orthopedics. Good Orthodontics has offices in Mount Lebanon, Washington, and Pleasant Hills. See all the good a simple smile can do. Call Good Orthodontics 412-655-4660. Excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
We go to the fourth quarter. Keystone Oaks will get another possession, this one starting back at their own 15-yard line. Washai dominating this one offensively in the first half, took a 41-0 lead into the locker room. The interception return for a touchdown here in the second half to put up another touchdown, second string out there. As we have the rolling clock, and here's a big play by the running back for Keystone Oaks. I have that as Jeremy Wagner.
Wagner almost broke it off the far side. Had a good seam to run in, and really was brought down by a little ankle tackle on the far sideline, or on the numbers on the far side.
Gain of 8 on first down brings up second down and 2 at the 24-yard line. Kickler, the quarterback, fires one out in the flat to the left side. It's incomplete. Was looking to get that one to Nazar Zadanovich.
Looked like he caught it and then got hit and the ball popped out. Ball was up a little high, so he shot it stretch up high for the football. Little quick throw out to the outside, but unable to hold on to the football. 3rd down and about 2.
Keystone Oaks held scoreless in this one by the Wash High defense. 3 turnovers in the game by the Golden Eagles, a fumble and 2 interceptions. Kickler hands this ball off. That's Wagner. He'll be close to the first down marker. Looks like he has enough. Needed 2, got 3.
Good job that time by the offensive line of Keystone Oaks. Moving the defensive line off the ball a little bit, gave the running back a little chance to get the first down. Start a new set of downs, clock moving.
10-15 now on the clock in this 4th quarter. Wash High going to pick up win number 5 in a row. 3-0 in Century Conference play, setting up a clash with Seton LaSalle later on this season. Handed off in the backfield to Wagner again, and he's brought down quickly. Trying to get around that left side. And snuffed out by Giovanni Oakley.
Oakley again, nice tackle. One of the things that Wash High has done pretty well today is that when they've had to, they tackled well. They've played a complete football game so far tonight.
Second down and 10 from their own 28 for Keystone Oaks. A lot of hype around this game. Keystone Oaks on a nice little winning streak. Won 3 straight coming into tonight. All of them conference wins here in Century Conference. Quick pass out to the right side is incomplete through the hands of the intended target, Zvanovic.
Tried to run a little wide receiver screen to the outside. Made a little loop, tried to catch the football a little bit high, could not come down with it. Had 2 blockers in front of him. There were 3 receivers to this side.
8:50 and rolling.
Third down and 10.
Keystone Oaks just looking for something positive out of this game.
You got to be careful throwing the ball down the field. They have not had good success.
Hand off this time. Goes to Zdanovic, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss. Wash High all over it. The Little Prexies will bring up 4th down.
He never had a chance. Got the ball in a little jet sweep to the motion man, coming to the near side, and by the time he got about 4 yards outside the tight end, where the tight end would line up, there were 2 blue jerseys right on him.
4th down and 15, and Keystone Oaks will punt this ball away. Philistine comes in to punt. It's on the ground. It hits the turf. Philistine picks it up and scooped up by Wash High at the 5-yard line. And they say touchdown. I thought he was down the way he covered up the ball, but they're going to say touchdown.
He was down when he knocked the ball away. He got up on his feet and picked the ball up because the ball was still not covered.
It's Makai Wise who scores yet another Prexy touchdown.
What a great play that time.
We haven't had an offensive touchdown in this second half by Wash High, but the 76-yard pick six and then the broken punt play there by Keystone Oaks. Wash High's all over it. And the scoop and score for the touchdown by Makai Wise.
They've scored on special teams, offense, and defense.
Yes, they have. It's 53-0. Little Prexies, extra point pending. They've missed 2 two-point conversions, but Crawford's been very good at kicking tonight. We've seen Wash High teams that were very good but couldn't kick the ball. This is a team that can kick the ball.
No, he's a good one too.
Tyler Crawford, very good, a senior for Wash High, but I think the Prexy's going to try another 2-point conversion here the way it looks. It does seem that way. Noah Patton, quarterback now here in this second half in the second string play. I formation for the Little Prexies, going for 2. Patton under center. He dropped the snap, throws it back. It's a pitch back to Nevaeh Odom. Odom looking for the goal line. He got in. 2-point conversion is good. 55-0 Little Prexy. 7.5 minutes to play. We're back in a moment on the WJPA Sports Network presented by the CNX Foundation.
Working overtime on your business needs? With First Federal of Greene County's Commercial Lending Department, your next step is closer than you think. From real estate secured purchases to refinancing, your loan starts and stays here. And now First Federal is offering business basic checking, business statement savings, and merchant services. First Federal will help you take care of business. For more information, visit online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friday Night Lights brings our communities together, but too many families in Washington County are being torn apart by opioid addiction. I'm County Commissioner Nick Sherman, and I want you to know you're not alone. Help is here. If you or someone you love is struggling, call our confidential hotline today at 724-228-1234. Together we can fight addiction and build a strong future for Washington County. 724-228-1234.
7:27 to play in the ball game. Let's talking about the 3-conference win Keystone Oaks has had. They have wins against Stowe Rocks, Charleroi, and Carleton. But now will suffer their first conference loss to those teams. Carleton, Stowe Rocks, and Charleroi a combined 1-7 in conference play so far this season. Kickoff taken inside the 15. Bringing it out here is Zdanovic. And Zdanovic hit on the sideline here.
Brings it up the near sideline, tries to turn the corner.
Got rocked.
And he did get rocked on the sideline right in front of the Keystone Oaks bench.
That was Oakley again. Oakley having a nice job, doing a nice job in this second half. And in relief. So 3 straight conference wins by Keystone Oaks. That streak will come to an end tonight, but playing the bottom 3. Tough one against Wash High tonight. Then playing Waynesburg at home next week before hosting Seton LaSalle at Dormont Stadium.
The 3 wins that that Keystone Oaks had, the total overall record of the 3 teams that they beat was 2-16. So what we're seeing right now is a mismatch.
Certainly. Wash High beating up on Keystone Oaks. There was a handoff there to Wagner.
And this, as will happen in every football game that where the score gets like this, people will look at this and say, well, you know, what were they doing? What were they doing to get to that point total? Were they running the score up? And this was all self-inflicted for the most part. You know, they could not move the ball, gave Wash High a short field. Okay, turned the ball over 3 times, all turned into touchdowns. You know, that's basically how those scores get like that.
Yeah, and even here in this second half, I mean, the dropped punt, the pick 6.
Yep.
All self-inflicted. Here's Wagner again trying to get around the left side, and a big collision around the line of scrimmage once again, and a flag comes in after that hit was already completed. Clock still rolling for a moment here during this penalty.
That was good contact that time.
On a face mask against Wash High. And a timeout, official's timeout, stops the clock. So if you see the face mask in there, I didn't quite see it, didn't catch it. Just over 5 minutes remaining and an injury on the field. So Wash High wins over in the conference Waynesburg and Stowe Rocks. 2 lopsided wins, another lopsided win against Keystone Oaks here. Rest of the schedule for Wash High, they're at Charleroi next week in a conference game. They're here at home against Carleton, but it sets up one heck of a game the last week of the season with Seton LaSalle, which could be for the Century Conference title.
And they'll have to be better. You got to get better every game, and it doesn't matter who you're playing. You just got to get better. I don't know how you can get much better than what they played tonight.
They have played a really solid game tonight. Mike Bosnick has to be happy with this team. There's always times you can say we can improve on something.
Yep.
And I'm sure he could find something that he'd like to see them do better, but tonight was a great game by the Prexies. Start to finish defense, and another dropped snap, and Wash High will recover it. Right on the 50-yard line, a snap that the quarterback Kickler could not handle, and falling on top of it for the Little Prexies was Kedrick Promise.
All the kids on the Wash High sideline are going to be asking him why he fell on it.
Didn't pick it up.
Didn't pick it up.
There was nobody back there. Now, Promise, a big guy. As a fellow big guy, he's not that big, but 5'9", 240. Just protect the football. He got the possession. Another chance for the second string to come out here and do something with it.
Well, I didn't say he did the wrong thing. He's just going to take it on the nose for not picking it up and running with it.
Got it. His friends want him to do the scoop and score.
There you go.
Make Sports Center with the big man touchdown. First and 10 from the Keystone Oaks 49-yard line. 4 minutes to play with a running clock. Wash High leading 55-0 over Keystone Oaks.
I think Mike Bosnick would like nothing more than to run this, get a couple first downs and run his clock out.
I think that's exactly what he would like to do. Patton under center, quick hitter to the up back. That goes to Alfonso Whitaker, who spins forward for a gain of about 8 on first down.
Whitaker had about 3 and then spun and got an extra 5. Did a nice job spinning out of a tackle on a little guard trap up inside.
Second down and 2.
I just noticed there is no play clock. Yeah, there is a play clock. Okay.
They haven't been winding it because of the running clock appropriately. Three minutes to play.
You might see the same play again.
Another I formation. Patton under center. 2 receivers to the near side, and he dropped the snap. Ball's on the turf. And it's Patton who falls on top of it. And a flag comes in after the play. This is going to be some sort of personal foul penalty. See if we can see something in this scrum. Look at 74. Look at the 2 big men going at it. 74 from Wash High, and I missed who the other player was. 50-something for Keystone Oaks. And an offsetting. They also charged one. So
to Keystone Oaks.
Yeah. Wahid Jones got one as well as Neiman Darji. So offsetting personal foul penalties there. 2 minutes to play. Clock is rolling.
I think the officials would like to get this over too.
Yeah. No reason for anything crazy here. It's already a 55-0 game. Wash High can just run this clock out. It's a first down and 10. And a handoff goes to the running back, who has a hole up the right side to the 10-yard line. Wash High continuing to dominate the line of scrimmage. And another big gain there. I think.
Well, the offensive line got him through the seam in the line of scrimmage, and he did the rest.
Couldn't
Just
tell if that
really
was
quick up the field.
Whitaker again or Turner? Again, the play clock not being set. That was Elijah Turner on that big carry. First and 10 at the 10-yard line for Wash High. The Prexies can just go and kneel this down and call this a ball game. 55-0. Final minute of the fourth quarter. And Noah Patton, the second-string quarterback, can line up in a victory formation. They're more of an I than they are the V. Maybe they aren't going to just take this one home. They can kneel it one time and call it a day. And that's exactly what Noah Patton will do. Your final score tonight, the Wash High Little Prexies dominate Keystone Oaks. They share the conference lead right now with 3 weeks remaining. 55-0, the final score tonight. Wash-High defeats the Golden Eagles. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll recap this one and name our CCBC Washington County College Center Player of the Game. Prexies with a big win tonight on the WJPA Sports Network, presented by the CNX Foundation.
Freedom Transit's bus routes service the Washington and Canonsburg areas and extend into downtown Pittsburgh, McDonald, and Monongahela. Children 11 and younger ride free, and seniors 65 and older receive free bus fares on fixed route service. Conveniently use the Freedom Transit app to pay for your bus fare. Freedom Transit cards, also available at the Washington Transit Center. Freedom Transit, connecting people who live, work, learn, and play in Washington County and surrounding areas.
In sports and in life, accidents happen, and sometimes people get hurt. The doctors at Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation specialize in orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, foot and ankle reconstruction, hand and upper extremity surgery, sports medicine and rehabilitation, and game time medical services. With main offices near Wild Things Park and offices in Waynesburg, Charleroi, McMurray, and on Vanadium Road near St. Clair Hospital, you can count on Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation.
What a ball game by the Wash-High Little Prexies. 55-0. They dominate Keystone Oaks tonight in a Century Conference matchup. 5 straight wins now for the Little Prexies. 6 drives in the first half, 6 touchdowns. Tristan Reed, 3 on the ground, 1 in the air. Grooms and Woods with 2 others on the ground. Second half, we saw the pick 6. We saw the fumbled punt taken in for the touchdown. A big game tonight for the Prexies. That they did it all right.
What's the little quote that we said? Too much to too little. Okay, that's exactly what happened tonight. I think for this game in this year at this time, Wash-High outclassed Keystone Oaks by a lot. They did everything right. And I'm not sure they forced errors until the second half. But in the first half, when Keystone Oaks made those errors, Wash-High made them pay. And that's what led to the score being like it is. And that's a credit to the coaching staff of Washington, but also the kids. They didn't lose focus. They kept pushing and pushing and pushing till the bell rang at the end of the first half and put them in position to coach the second half.
Wash-High got the ball to begin the game. They marched down 68 yards in 3.5 minutes. Tristan Reed gets that first touchdown. He gets hurt there for a moment. Didn't come back on the next drive. Keystone Oaks had a terrible first drive. First play of the game for them offensively. Snap goes way over the quarterback's head. They never really recovered from that very first offensive play. They couldn't get the ball moving at all.
No, they like I said, they never really came out of the gate.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen with teams where you just jump on them early, and the next thing you know, it's you just can't find your bearings, and that's exactly what happened.
It's time to name our Washington County College Center Player of the Game. Washington County College Center, operated by the Community College of Beaver County.
Start strong and stay local. CCBC's Washington County College Center gives you the edge to get ahead. High school students can learn to fly before they drive with our Aviation Academy. If helping others is what you do, let us help you. Advance from LPN to RN and open new doors in your healthcare career. Or get ahead in college by earning general education credits. No matter your path, we're here to help you move forward. Learn more at ccbcwashington.com.
Who else but the homecoming king tonight?
Nobody.
Our player of the game, presented by the Washington County College Center, it's Tristan Reed. The quarterback for Wash-High, 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, 50 yards on the ground on just 6 carries. In the air, he was 7 for 9, 157 yards, and a touchdown. Had that big 59-yard pass to Caleb Patton, and Patton caught the 1 touchdown pass from Reed in the air. What a great night by the quarterback for the Little Prexies.
And, the other thing, too, when you watch him in person, it looks effortless. It looks like he's just kind of loafing out there, And then all of a sudden he's around the corner, or he's got the ball out of his hands into the receiver's hands. It was just an effortless performance. He had really no pressure, although he did escape pressure. He basically was able to outrun and out-athleticize the team that he was playing against.
I watched Wash-I very first week of the season, week 0 as they call it. I thought, boy, this might be a tough year for Wash-I. They really struggled against a McGuffey team that is having its own struggles. Ended up winning that game 28-7, but there was nothing impressive. Tonight was impressive. The Prexies, I think, made a statement that they're here to play here in Class 2A. Big win for them tonight.
No question, and they've got to keep it up. They've got to continue to get better because the further you go, the better the competition is. They may not see it this week coming up. They may not see it the next week coming up, but I'm sure that the coaching staff and the kids have Seton LaSalle circled on the map, and what they have to be careful of is not to look past it.
You've got Charleroi and Carleton for Wash-I in between that matchup with Seton LaSalle. Charleroi 1-5 overall this season. Carleton 1-5 overall. Both of them with 2 losses in the conference. You get past those 2 teams, it really does set up a showdown with Seton LaSalle, who's undefeated as well in conference play and 5-1. But you got to get through those 2 games. You got to take care of business.
Well, it's not so much you have to get through the games. You've got to get better during the game. If you're favored and you're supposed to win the football game, you've got to go out and dominate the football game because that's what you're going to be expected to do against a really good football team.
Wash-I improves to 6-1 overall, now 3-0 in conference play. Keystone Oaks falls to 3-4 on the season, but 3-1 in the conference. This is a Keystone Oaks team that probably gets a playoff berth out of this conference. You've got to go back and fix things if you're the Golden Eagles.
Well, I mean, you eliminate all the bad snaps and you got some things fixed right there. But it's easier said than done. What you have to be able to do, you have to fix that under pressure. And you don't have a whole lot of opportunity in practice to work with the kind of pressure they saw tonight.
Well, I can't believe how, honestly, that was just a great game by Wash-I, just a dominating performance. I thought we were going to have ourselves a dandy, and instead I think Wash-I is happy to call it a dandy for themselves with a big win. Mike Bosnick's got to be happy tonight. Tonight's game on the WJPA Sports Network has been brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics and Rehabilitation and Advanced Surgical Hospital. By Freedom Transit. Take the bus and skip the hassle. Log on freedom-transit.org for details. By Washington County Human Services. Take the first step toward a healthier life. Call 724-228-1234. By First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. People you know, people you can trust. By CNX Dreamfields, making your dream field come true. By Good Orthodontics. Excellence is a good choice. Choose Good Orthodontics. By the Washington Greene County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, celebrating our region's rich athletic tradition. By Sunny Days In-Home Care, providing compassionate care in the comfort of home. SunnyDaysInHomeCare.com. By Quality Quick Printing, your Team Spirit printing headquarters since 1978. Online at qualquick.com. By Washington Financial Bank, for 125 years, proud to be the bank that gets you. And by the Washington County College Center, operated by the Community College of Beaver County. A big win for the Prexies tonight, thanks to my partner, Bill Duquette, our whole crew here, Cam Pritz, Grady Peterson on the cameras, Brandon Bennett, our producer here at the field, and Jacob Knisner in our downtown Washington studios. Washington and Jefferson on the air tomorrow at Hiram. That one starts at 12:30. I'm Nate Rigotti signing off. The Little Prexies win tonight 55-0 over Keystone Oaks.